And good morning to you. We're broadcasting live. Nothing like a little Christmas music to get us rolling here. Good morning to you. We're live again at Chick-fil-a, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Again on this raining, overcast Monday, December the 12th. You can do the math. Your countdown to Christmas, of course. Got about 12 shopping days left for Christmas, or 12 days to get everything done. Christmas was 2 weeks from yesterday. Wow, it's hard to believe. We're live here again at Chick-fil-a, the Crossings in North Johnson City on this Monday. And we welcome you and thank you for being with us. We always start our show by dedicating it to the man who hung on the cross. We unashamedly tell you that. And it goes as follows out of the book of Psalms. Psalms 25, verses 4 and 5 say, "Wait on me. I will show you my ways. I will teach you my paths. I will lead you in truth. I am the God of your salvation." There you go. So, good morning to you. Hello, Ben Foy. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. Just loving this rain. I think we really need it.
Absolutely. So, we got a lot to talk about. We need the rain. It's going to certainly help with the forest fires, although I think a lot of them are already down and put out. But still, I don't think you can ever be too cautious. So more rain needed, more rain here. And, of course, colder temperatures back in here this weekend. But, again, very mild out there right now. Ben will have the complete weather forecast coming up here in a few minutes. We're going to talk about, see what's going on with Tennessee football at the bottom of the hour. Kevin Harmon's going to stop by and give us the very latest on Tennessee football, the Lady Vols. Wow, the guys almost came up with a big win yesterday, losing 73-71. Good showing by the men's basketball team for the Tennessee Volunteers, losing at the Dean Dome, as they call it, the Dean Smith Center on Chapel Hill. And we'll talk about that, like Kevin talked more about that, and the Lady Vols, and the football team getting ready for the Nebraska Cornhuskers for the Music City Bowl. All that coming up again at 11:30. Also, a little bit later on in the show, going to be joined by Dave Ongie. Dave's going to be with us in the Johnson City Press. He's going to stop by and talk sports, and we're looking forward to that, as he does each and every time we're at Chick-fil-A, where we are broadcasting live again on this Monday. Again, December the 12th, 2016. Hello to Hunter Locke. Appreciate you listening, my friend. And so he's one of them good guys. A couple of birthdays to tell you about today. Wow, you're getting old. Bob Barker having a birthday. The Price is Right. Come on down. How old do you think he is, Ben Boy? You got it, 93. Bob Barker is 93 years old. Wow. He's having a birthday today. Basketball Hall of Famer Bob Pettit, 84. Connie Francis, where the boys are. Remember her? Connie Francis, 79 today. Good grief. Connie Francis is 79 years old. Dionne Warwick is having a birthday today. She's 76. Dickie Betts and the Allman Brothers. Guy could play guitar. He's 73 today. And, hey, Kathy Hobbs Arnold. Hello, dear. How are you? And also, race car driver Emerson Fittipaldi having a birthday. He is 70. And those are some of the birthdays here today. So, anyway, it is the 12th day of the year, and we're down to 12 days. You have to shop till Christmas before we open presents 2 weeks from yesterday. So, again, we are live. He's 70 years old, you're right. So, yeah, Daddy said older we get, the faster they come back around in birthdays. I believe he's right. So, anyway, we are being heard on AM 790 across 20 counties across Tennessee, Western North Carolina, and Southwestern Virginia. Also, we're streaming audio on WETB790.com. We're also on Facebook Live, so wherever we are, you can catch us in all three places. And so we thank you for being with us again on this Monday, December the 12th. Bill Lister won cold cash last week, and so your chance to win cold cash coming up. When you hear the touchdowns in a few minutes, all you got to do is call. Ben's going to take your name, and for the second consecutive Friday, we're going to put somebody into their hands some money for Christmas. So last week was Bill Lister out of Gray. If you qualified last week, your name stays in the bucket, so no need to call back. And, of course, one call per household, and so we will do that again coming up throughout the week and award some more cold cash this Friday, and looking forward to doing that here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Richard Petty in town today, the 7-time NASCAR champion, will be at Food City in Abington today for a meet and greet from 3 until 5. So if you are, hello Denise and Greg DePriest, fine folks. Looking forward to going to their church for the candlelight service. Hope you're having one. It was phenomenal last year, the candlelight service at Christ Fellowship. So hope they got one coming up this year, because we loved the candlelight service last year, Christmas Eve, at Christ Fellowship, Denise and Greg's church, for a little while longer. Food City, Abington, again, the home of, Richard Petty this afternoon. A meet and greet from 3 until 5. And so you want to stop by there, he will be there for the express purpose for an autograph session and get your picture taken with the king of NASCAR, all-time winningest driver with 200 wins. Nobody's ever going to touch that. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that right now. I'm going to go out on the limb and say nobody's ever going to surpass Richard Petty for the all-time wins in NASCAR at 200. And, we're celebrating Jimmy Johnson winning, his 7th NASCAR Sprint Cup Series championship, now Monster Energy Championship. But, again, nobody's going to touch the king, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I'm real strong. That's a big old oak, too. It ain't one of them Scotch pines going to break. No, I can say it with a lot of confidence. Nobody's going to touch the king. He'll be there again today at the Town Center Drive Food City in Abington from 3 until 5 today. So if you get a chance, stop by there. Also, NASCAR news, Brad Keselowski, he can tell you it's a slow time of the track. Brad Keselowski, a lot of off-track information going on. He proposes to his girlfriend over the weekend, Paige White. This probably comes as a surprise. She said yes. So Paige White's about to be Paige White Keselowski in the not-too-distant future. Date has not been set. Of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr. said earlier in his Christmas season he and his young lady Amy's going to get married, so must be in the water. Also, Clint Boyer and his wife Laura brought forth their second child over the weekend. Congratulations to Laura, who brought forth Presley Elizabeth Boyer. So this guy's a big Elvis Presley fan. Clint Boyer's getting ready to drive the 14 ride, and so he named his daughter Presley Elizabeth, and his son, he's got a boy 2 years old, his name is Cash. So I think old boy likes country music. He likes Elvis Presley to name his daughter. His boy is named after Johnny Cash, Cash Boyer. So there you have it. How about that for a little bit of NASCAR trivia? We're here live again at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Again, we have calendars and a bunch of them. Limited supply. I shouldn't say a bunch of them. Do we have? It's shrinking. Miss Connie said, "Whoa, back it up, cowboy. It's going down pretty quick." So calendars are flying out of here. I said a big supply, and I'm wrong. There's a limited supply, again, of calendars, and so for a limited time. Once they're gone, they're gone. They're $7 a piece, and once they're gone, they're out of here. And so if you do not have your calendar, Connie said this is really the big week for calendar sales. Is the first or last full week before, next full week too, but a lot of folks disappear next Friday on the 23rd. So either way, whether you consider it a full week or not, you want to come and get your calendar for $7 a pop. And again, it has over $35 to $40 worth of free coupons, something free every month in the Chick-fil-A calendar. It's the #1 selling calendar in the world, so you want to check it out. And so that's going on again here at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. One baseball note to pass on to before we get into baseball. Got a lot of NFL coming up here in just a few minutes. Dexter Fowler went from the good side to the bad side. That's what the Cub fans think. Fowler signing a 5-year, $82.5 million contract to jump from the Cubs, World Series champions, to their dreaded rival, the St. Louis Cardinals. And so Fowler with a full no-trade clause, so he's there for 5 years with the St. Louis Cardinals. Not going to be any movement, any chances of a trade. He's in. So there you go. Coming up, we got college basketball, got the National Football League. Also, a young lady out of Kingsport. We're going to sing, or she's going to sing, the national anthem coming up here in just a few minutes. Taylor D. Sanders out of now Nashville, formerly from Kingsport, and this lady is red hot. She was on the front page of the Nashville Talent magazine. Hello, Angie Marshall. Appreciate you, young lady. There's another young lady. I got to get her national anthem back from her so she can sing the national anthem. I've got it, or had it. I don't know what happened to it. So, Angie, dear, you're watching and listening. Please get me another copy of the national anthem from you, and I would appreciate that, so we can play yours as well. Used to have it on the radio station. I don't know whatever happened to it. Anyway, Taylor D. Sanders, young lady who's on the front page of the Nashville Talent magazine. And so she will be singing our national anthem coming up here in a few minutes. Also, Ben's going to get us a little bit later on this week. If you want, go back to YouTube. And YouTube has a rendition of the Army-Navy before the Army-Navy game on Saturday. It looked like a joint choral ensemble, I guess, for lack of a better term. I don't know what all the musical terms are, but phenomenal. I mean, it'll bring the hairs on your arm standing straight up. Unbelievable. So anyway, we're going to try and get that and play that back in the audio version. You can go to YouTube, I guess, just type in Army-Navy 2016 Army-Navy National Anthem, I guess. But anyway, that is something you definitely want to watch and see. And I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know where our president was, but President-elect Trump was there on Saturday watching the football game Was there any mention, Ben? Did you see anything over in the paper over the weekend or anything in the media that he was there, Obama? Yeah, he must have probably had a golf game. Oh, must have had a golf game. Bing. Yeah, must have had a golf game. So, that kind of trumps sometimes. Ooh, that's a bad term. That kind of trumps from time to time. But anyway, his golf game trumped him making an appearance for our military. So, President-elect Trump was there, whether you like the guy or not. He was there. And, of course, the protocols we said last week, first half or one of the halves he sets on the Army side, and the other half you set on the Navy side if you're the president. Taylor Green, hello, young lady. And young man, thank you for watching us here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We'll take a break, come right back, take a look at that. Who did we miss yesterday? All right. Happy birthday, Brenda Lee, 28. Brenda Lee was 72. You talking about the one down in Nashville or the singer Brenda Lee? Oh, okay. Oh, that one's Brenda Jean. I'm sorry. Brenda Lee. All right, Brenda Lee. I got you. Yeah, there you go. One singing Rock Around the Christmas Tree, 72. Well, the other one I saw yesterday was Abby, what was her name? Abby Mills, not Abby Mills. She played Abby on Falcon Crest, Donna Mills. 76 years old. There you go. Country's cornbread, just a good old girl, as they say. Brenda Lee. There you go. That's what happens when you get in them celebs in Nashville. They'll sit down and talk to you. None of them are too uppity. They're pretty down home. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll come back, as we said, and delve into the National Football League. The Tennessee Titans had a big win yesterday. Who won, who lost? And we'll also, if we stop today, set for you the playoff picture, the National Football League. All that coming up as we're live here at Chick-fil-a, The Crossings in North Johnson City. We're also live on WETV790.com, streaming audio around the world, and also on Facebook Live. So quick break. We'll be right back, and we will be ready to roll with more right after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live at Chick-fil-a, The Crossings in North Johnson City. Hey, Facebook folks. We are again at Chick-fil-A. You want to be sure and check out the calendar. We're going to run out of time. We're going to lose an opportunity to get a calendar before it's all said and done. So don't do that. It's $7 a pop, and you can get them through the drive-thru and come in and walk into the lobby, get them either way. And I know they've been coming in here and getting them in quantities of 5, 10, 15, 20. So there is limited time, and there is a limited quantity, obviously. So more quantity limited than the time. They're going to sell them to their out. But again, they're going pretty quick. So again, be sure and stop by here at Chick-fil-A, The Crossings in North Johnson City in your travels and get the #1 selling calendar in the world. Also want to give a shout out to Locks for Love. Again, we are growing our hair so we can get it cut for wigs for cancer patients. So I want to give a shout out to Locks for Love and the American Cancer Society. I always want to do that when I get a chance. So getting close to getting it whacked off. And so I want to say hello to Locks for Love again, and a big push and a promotion and a tip of the cap to the American Cancer Society for that. All right, we'll come right back here in just a second. We'll be ready to roll with another little basketball in the National Football League, as we said. Also got some ticket prices for Bristol Motor Speedway we can tell you about, and so all that coming up here in just a few minutes here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So just sit tight. Come right back to you here in just a second. Yeah. One of the sweetest ladies in the world in here working, Miss Carolyn, goes to Boone Trail Baptist Church. She is the sweetest lady in the world. Works the lobby. She's been in here, a little short lady, wears gray-haired glasses. Just a phenomenal lady. Hello to Kristen Harmon Hello, KG. Hope you're having a good day. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, Touchstones. Time to call the radio station, 929-7900. Why would you not? Phone call me, get you some free cold cash like Bill Lister of Gray won last week. Give us a call. If you called last week, you don't have to call. Once your name is in the bucket, it's in the bucket. Caller number 2. Give us a buzz at 929-7900. And we would appreciate that very much. Coming up, talk a little Tennessee sports with Kevin Harmon at the bottom of the hour. Also coming up later on, Dave Ongie, our buddy from the Johnson City Press, will be by to talk a little feet ball. We were scheduled to have Billy Wayne Arrington here from Lamplight Theater. Looks like his scheduled appointment, he may have ran into something there today. Didn't get a chance to stop by here, but we want to promote his organization, Lamplight Theater. But anyway, Billy Wayne, we appreciate them very much, what they do at the Lamplight Theater in downtown Kingsport. But he was scheduled to be here, and I guess something came up. He couldn't make it today. So maybe we catch him on for a future show. National Football League, here we go. It's where you put on your glasses so you can read what you're supposed to read. The Tennessee Titans, strong yesterday. They defeat the Denver Broncos 13-10, keep the lead in the division. Again, the Titans now 7-6, climbing above 500 for the first time all season. They are tied atop the AFC South with Houston. They won over Indianapolis. Ironically enough, Tennessee will host the Houston Texans in Nashville in the regular season finale in a couple of weeks. Denver falls to 8-5, and again, the Titans above 500 for the first time all season. Mike Mularkey's got something going in Nashville as the Titans win at 13-10, again in the National Football League from yesterday. Other ball games, let's take a look at them. The Cowboys, their 11-game winning streak snapped last night. The Giants, 10-7. Hello, Kip Fletcher. Thank you, my friend, for giving us a watch. The Cowboys and the Giants snapping the Cowboys' 11-game winning streak last night. Jason Witten had 4 catches, but no touchdowns to record. But anyway, they lose 10-7 last night, preventing Dallas from clinching the NFC East. Dallas had not lost since the season opener against, guess who? The Giants in Dallas, who solidified their position in NFC playoff chase as the top wild card team. New York still hopes to catch Dallas in the division, but again last night in East Rutherford, New Jersey, Giants 10, Cowboys 7. Cowboys 11-game winning streak again snapped. Hello to Jill McKinney. What a sweetheart. Hello, Jill. That is a nice lady right there. She's a classy lady. Green Bay Packers and Lambeau beat the Seahawks 38-10. Aaron Rodgers passing for 246 yards, 3 touchdowns as Green Bay routed the Seahawks. I think they got problems up in Seattle. Russell Wilson threw a career-high 5 interceptions. He got married here not too long ago, maybe in love and all shook up. And so Wilson, 5 interceptions. Packers won their 3rd straight game to keep their playoff hopes alive at 7-6. We're going to run down the top 8 seeds as it is right now in the National Football League in both divisions. Well, some things don't change. That would be Browns losing again. Bengals got them 23-10 yesterday. Andy Dalton for Cincinnati, 2 touchdown passes to Tyler Eifert as the Bengals at 5-7-1 keep their playoff chances. Their heartbeat's barely beating for another week. They're on the outside looking in. Browns losing their 16th straight game. Wow, they haven't won since December of last year. Cleveland has lost 23 out of 24. And 31 games out of 34 they've lost since the end of 2014. Man, they are struggling in Cleveland. Other ball games, the Buccaneers beat the Saints 16-11. Tampa Bay, hot football team right now, intercepting Drew Brees 3 times while holding the NFL passing leader without a touchdown pass. Brees began the day leading the league in completions, attempts, completion percentage, passing yards, touchdown passes, but failed to throw for a touchdown for the 2nd straight week. That would be the first time he's done that in consecutive games since 2009. Buccaneers beat the Saints 16-11, and so Tampa Bay hanging in there as far as a playoff team, which playoffs start, 3 weeks? Redskins over the Eagles 27-22. Chris Thompson's 25-yard touchdown run with less than 2 minutes to go, lifting the Redskins over the Eagles in Philadelphia. Kirk Cousins threw 2 touchdown passes, including an 80-yard bomb to Deshaun Jackson, and had a pick 6. Eagles now struggling. Washington 7-5-1 rather, remaining in the middle of a jumbled playoff race in the NFC. Hello, Laura Berry. Another one of those sweethearts. One of those nice ladies. She's like a Japanese car. She's a nice one. Also, you got the Steelers over the Bills, 27-20. The Steelers setting a franchise record. Le'Veon Bell scoring 3 times, set a franchise record with 236 yards rushing and finding traction on a slick snow-covered field. Steelers overcoming 3 interceptions thrown by Ben Roethlisberger. And so to win their 4th straight and improve to 8-5, keep pace in the AFC playoff race. The loss all but mathematically eliminated the Bills, who are now 6-7. Puts them in jeopardy of extending the NFL's longest active playoff drought to 17 years since the Bills have been in the playoffs. Looks like it's not going to happen again this year. Steelers beat them in the snow in Buffalo, 27-20. Some other NFL games, Falcons over the Rams, 42-14. Rams are just god-awful. Todd Gurley, the running back, said their offense looks like a middle school football team. Ouch. He's the running back of the team. He said, looks like a middle school football team. That's not a good sign when your star running back says we look like a middle school team. Anyway, Matt Ryan's 237 yards, 3 touchdowns. Atlanta forcing 5 turnovers to beat the Rams. Rams 4-9. They've lost 4 straight, 8 out of the last 9. And on top of all that, they gave Jeff Fisher, the coach, a contract extension, which has really got the Rams fan base upset. Falcons 8-5, and so they are very strong in the playoff hunt in the NFC. Other games in the National Football League, Minnesota beat Jacksonville 25-16. Jags, they're terrible. Dropped their 8th consecutive game. They are winless at their home field this year. Reckon they got a good crowd base in there in Jacksonville? They haven't won a game there all year. Well, it was pretty sparse, the crowd yesterday. Minnesota now 7-6. Hadn't won on the road since September at Carolina. The Jaguars, by the way, 2-11. Their coach is very much in trouble. Texans over the Colts, 22-17 in the National Football League. Lamar Miller scored Houston's only touchdown. And the Texans' defense stopping Andrew Luck on the final drive of the game. Houston now 7-6, retaining a share of the AFC South lead with the Titans, ending its 3-game losing streak. Texans won for the 2nd straight year in Indianapolis, have won 9 straight against division foes, and got their first sweep of the Colts in franchise history. So Texans win in Indianapolis yesterday, 22-17. Your Panthers won, Ben Foy. How about that? They beat the Chargers, which is like probably beating, I don't know, pick a team. Yeah. Oh, now you're going to the Titan wagon. I got you. You jump wagons. I got you. The Steelers, you mean the Raiders? Yeah. Man, don't cuss me. Win, lose, or tie, I'm a Raider till I die. You got it. God, the Steelers. If I could reach to the phone. Good Lord. Won't you just dog cuss a man? How about that now? I'm telling you. Since you've been following the Steelers all these years. Yeah, right. But anyway, I know that was a slip. No problem. But your Panthers beat the Chargers 28-16. Carolina 5-8, snapping a 2-game losing streak, keeping its very slim playoff hopes alive, which is kind of a oxymoron given the fact they were in the big show last year, and so. Oh, yeah. And they forced 5 turnovers by Phillip Rivers and had 5 sacks and a safety. So the Charger offense was anemic, to say the least, losing 28-16. Hello to Brian Smith. I want to say hello to you, my friend, and also Michael Smith. Lane Kiffin. Kip Fletcher just gave me a flash. Thank you, my friend. Apparently Lane Kiffin heading to Florida Atlantic University to be the new head football coach there. Plans on staying with the Tide to the playoffs. That's Kip Fletcher. We'll try and confirm that. But if Kip says it, I guess we can take it to the bank. Thank you, my friend, one of our listeners or viewers on Facebook Live. So, anyway, Panthers over the Chargers 28-16. We're live again. We are at Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City, broadcasting live. Facebook Live across 20 counties on AM 790. We're streaming audio on WETB, 790.com. A couple of more games. The Dolphins beat the Cardinals 26-23. Ryan Tannehill threw 3 touchdown passes before going out with a knee injury. Andrew Franks kicked a 21-yard field goal as time expired. Dolphins beat the Cardinals 26-23 to break that 23-23 tie in Miami. Cardinals are a snake-bit football team. They go back to Arizona, losing 26-23. 2 more, Lions over the Bears. Oh, well, it's just another day in Bear country. Matthew Stafford ran for a go-ahead touchdown after throwing 2 interceptions in the 4th quarter, bounced back and scores the winning TD. Lions beat the Bears 20-17. And then the ho-hummer of the day, it was the Jets over the 49ers in overtime, 23-17. San Francisco 1-12. Hate that for Colin Kaepernick. Bless his heart. Wonder if he's still taking a knee in the national anthem. But nobody says much about him anymore. Think he still does? Yeah, remember Gone with the Wind? Yeah. Remember what old Rhett told Scarlett? He said, frankly, Scarlett, and you know what the rest he said. So I got the same thought of old Colin Kaepernick. Good luck to him. Don't want anything get bad to happen to him, but yeah. Anyway, they're 1-12, and the Jets improved to 4-9 with an overtime win tonight. Good ball game. It'll be Baltimore in the snow in New England taking on the Patriots in Foxborough for Monday Night Football. Let's have to look at the National Football League. Of course, the Raiders, my boys, will have the weekend off after playing on Thursday. We'll pick back up at San Diego next Sunday. Ben Foy, who do we get qualified to win some free cold cash on Friday, my friend? Hello, Vicky Farrell in Watauga. Bless your heart. That's a new name. Appreciate that very much. All you got to do when you're at the Touchstones, call the radio station at 929-7900. We'll give you some cold cash for Christmas like we did. We'll do it this Friday, the next Friday, and it'll be it this past Friday. Bill Lister from Gray was our winner of the cash, and we'll give him that. We're going to be at the Hokey Smokey broadcasting live there tomorrow. Bill's going to come by and get his jingle. How about that? He might turn right around. I was going to say he might turn right around and spend himself, buy himself some lunch at the Hokey Smokey. So we'll be there tomorrow broadcasting live. Tom Taylor Sports Show, again, we're live at Chick-fil-a, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Don't forget Richard Petty, again, in town tonight in Abington, Virginia from 3 until 5. You want to see the king of NASCAR? He'll be there to make a special guest appearance, an autograph session. And so if you get a chance, again, at Food Center on Town Center Drive in Abington, the king of NASCAR, 7-time winner, Richard Petty in town to sign autographs today. That'd be a great Christmas gift. Got someone who likes the king, Richard Petty. And so you can stop by there tonight, get a picture taken with him, and an autograph for both, and get something he can sign, maybe a ball cap or, I don't know, whatever you think he would sign, and take him a Raiders football helmet. Or a UT football helmet. He'll sign anything, and that'll be good for him to sign that and put it under the tree and give it to somebody for Christmas with an autograph. Have you ever seen his autograph? His autograph is really cool. It's really got a lot of flair to it. Some of these drivers, some of these drivers you just kind of slur. You can't even tell what they wrote. But with Richard Petty, it's got a lot of flair and I don't know what you call it, kind of frilly. Very good penmanship with the king. And that would be a good thing. He'll be again in Abington tonight from 3 until 5 o'clock. You got that right. More college football and college basketball coming up at the bottom of the hour. We're going to check in with Kevin Harmon. We'll stop by and talk Tennessee sports, see what's going on with the ball football team. The men's basketball team got so close for a big upset yesterday on the road. We'll tell you more about that. And the Lady Vols went on the road, and they got beat again. They're a 500 basketball team. Lady Vols got problems. I think that's a safe bet. Also, we'll tell you about what happened to the Lady Bucks. Big win yesterday for the women's basketball team. By the way, Brittany Zell, the coach, will be with us after Christmas, stopping by on the show. She's going to come in and talk to us on our next stop. Our first stop after Christmas here at Chick-fil-A. We're here usually every Wednesday. This week we're here on Monday. Tomorrow we're going to be, as we said, at the Hokey Smokey. Then on Wednesday we're going to be at Max Meadows and Marty in Kingsport. Thursday at Champion Chevrolet. And Friday, I'm not sure where I'm going to be on Friday, to be honest with you, but I'll be somewhere. Right, that's fine. Yeah. Well, I miss seeing you too, big dog, but when they want you out on the road, you got to go where they want you, you know what I'm saying? So they call, we come. They call, we go. So anyway, you want to plug in Locks for Love. Again, the Locks for Love, folks. Again, the American Cancer Society. Growing our hair for the wigs for the cancer patients. They're going through radiation and chemo, so I want to give a shout out to Locks for Love and the American Cancer Society. Hello to Brian Smith, back yonder in West Virginia. Hello, my friend. Michael Smith, one of the co-owners of Appalachian Digital. I'm doing this because of he and Jeremiah Clark, the two co-owners of Appalachian Digital. They do a great job. Maybe we can get Michael on one day, talk about this company. Jeremiah has been on for the last couple of times. They do a great job, and they're the ones that gave me this idea to do this. And so kudos to, again, Michael Smith and also to Jeremiah Clark from Appalachian Digital. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live at Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City as you listen to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thank you. Hello, Facebook folks. Let me holler at you for just a second. We certainly appreciate you giving us a listen and a watch. And you can can follow the show on Facebook here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, and also on Twitter at Tom Taylor Sports. On both sites, you can see, hello, Wendell Smotherman. Bless your heart. Missed you yesterday, Bubba, at the old church house. You can see a daily guest list of who's going to be on the show, as well as other information about current events, such as the Cash for Christmas giveaway that we're doing right now on the radio. Also, don't forget to follow my personal Facebook page, just Tom Taylor. You can also check that out as well. So, appreciate you very much. And again, we're here at Chick-fil-A today. Tomorrow, we're going to be at the Hokey Smokey in North Johnson City, right across from the mall. Wednesday, we'll be live at Max Medicine Mart in Kingsport. Thursday, we'll be at our regular stop at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile here in Johnson City. And on Friday, I'm not sure where I'm going to be on Friday. To be honest with you, I left my calendar at home. I can't remember where I'm going to be. Be somewhere, I reckon. So, anyway, we'll come back to you here in just a second. We are kind of taking a pause for the calls, and we're going to come right back to you here in just a minute. Talk to a college football, and Kevin Harmon's going to come by and talk Tennessee sports. So, got that coming up here in just a few minutes. Perfect. Thank you. I'll say hello to her.
Bye, Gail. I love you. Somebody called and asked if this was the location that you were at. So I'm assuming they're on their way. Maybe.
Huh.
Some guy.
Really?
Yeah. Sounded like he was driving. Do you have somebody coming that
That
doesn't
didn't
know
get
where
here.
he's
Yeah. I got someone coming that's late. Exactly. I do.
That's who that is.
That's who it is. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, broadcast live from Chick-fil-A, the Crossings of North Johnson City. Won't today be a good day to get a big old bowl of chicken noodle soup? Laws of mercy. Hello, young lady. Chicken noodle soup. Ooh, laws of mercy. The only chicken noodle soup better than Chick-fil-A's, in my humble opinion, is my granny's. Of course, she's in heaven. She's in glory. So, good stuff. Again, the chicken noodle soup, get a small or large bowl. Also, the chocolate or the peppermint chocolate chip milkshake. Woo, hit the bell. That'll set you free, too. So, and of course, the great Chick-fil-A food. And don't forget, big week coming up this week and next week for Christmas parties and get-togethers. Hello, Judy Barnett. Thank you for watching. Catering, pickup or delivery, and also, as we said, this is tray time, the OK Corral. I mean, they are putting out the trays here. In fact, the lady was just sitting here picking up 4 trays, took out of here, going to, look, she was dressed in hospital scrubs. It looks like some kind of a little hospital get-together. So if you're looking for trays, they've got them here at Chick-fil-A. By the way, the phone number to call here in Johnson City at 952-0031. If you're looking for a tray, they can hook you up, as they say. So 952-0031. And again, the trays, they can whip a tray out pretty quick. In fact, they were telling me, Danny Birchfield told us last week, the Chick-fil-A managers said, phone call now, what is it, 11:30, that you can be ready to roll here in 15-20 minutes. You'll have a hot tray or trays going right out the door. Now the cold trays, like the fruit tray, may take just a few more minutes, but they can turn them out pretty quick. So any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A, and certainly here for the Christmas holidays. So there you go. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Check this out. Here's my thought for the day from Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance. Ben, this will make you think right here, Bubba. You ready? Here's a thought for the day from Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance. Each of us is an innkeeper who decides if there's room for Jesus. How about that? There you go. Each of us is an innkeeper. We have to decide if there's room for Jesus in our inn. Hit the bell. Laws of mercy. That's pretty, as the late Anna Griffith would say, that's pure. That's mighty fine. Each of us is an innkeeper who decides if there's room for Jesus. That's our thought for the day. Come over and sit down and talk to me. Come over here. Phil Bittito is in the house. And with that, come here and sit down. I want to get you on. Wow. Look at my man here. Phil Bittito from the trophy place.
That's an oldie.
That's an oldie from the trophy shop. Let me get him over on camera. There we go. There he is. Waving everybody.
Hey, everybody.
There we go. How you doing, buddy?
Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holiday. Put that up close so I can hear you. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Just fine.
Good.
Tell me, you're on top of it. How's recruiting going right now for Tennessee?
Going pretty good. Just got one flip today from Mississippi State. Headed down to Tennessee and Auburn. He's picking Tennessee.
Is he really?
He's a 3-star. I forget what position he is, but
Happy holidays. That's good.
Happy holidays, yeah.
There you go.
Happy holidays.
There you go. It's our buddy Phil Vitito from the Trophy Shop. There's our buddy Kevin coming in here. We'll get him just in a second. So, just got a report. Lane Kiffin's heading off to Florida Atlantic University to be the new head football coach. Now, I know you're not an Alabama guy. I know you're not a Lane Kiffin
I
guy.
hate Alabama with a passion.
Okay.
And some say hate's a strong word. I say not strong enough.
There you go. You're not a big fan.
No.
Now,
No.
I'm going to ask just an economic question. Forget who he is and what he is. I keep hearing he's going to leave. I guess he is leaving. The guy's getting paid $1.4 million to stand on the sideline and coach, arguably the best football team in the country. Why would you leave making $1.4 million?
I don't know. Him and Saban kind of don't click. I don't think.
clash?
Yeah, they have a little problem. But, I don't know. I wouldn't leave.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't be there anyway because I hate Alabama. So I wouldn't go.
But if I'm paying you $1.4 to stand beside me on the sideline,
It has to be 1.5 for me to stay there.
beside me, God.
No, I do it for you, beside you for free.
Oh, but smooth. Now, hey, the men's team almost got one last night over in North Carolina.
And they played great. Just that last couple of minutes fell apart a little bit there.
Yeah, I think if you leave Barnes alone, let him get some horses in there. Look out, right?
Well, they've lost to 3 top 15 teams. And they got number 8 Gonzaga this Sunday in Nashville.
Yeah. So they lose to North Carolina. We're talking to Phil Vitito, who stopped by. 73-71, they lose at the Dean Dome yesterday, which is a tough place to go in and play.
Yes, it is.
Roy Williams said, we got outplayed except for the final 90 seconds, is what he said. And he's probably right.
He's exactly right.
So who's this beautiful young lady you have with you over here?
This is my daughter Rachel, who's a senior at Daniel Boone High School.
Now, is she on camera? I can't see. Is she on?
She is.
Hello. Oh, look at her.
She's sick today, though. We
Oh,
been to the doctor.
bless her heart. I believe
Strep.
we
Don't know.
keep her over there.
Yeah, keep her.
I like her, but keep her over there if she's got
voted
strep.
most athletic at Daniel Boone High School, senior class.
Ooh, look at her. She's going to look at me like, Dad, please. Please, Dad, you're embarrassing me. That's awesome. Now, so they had a heck of a run in volleyball, and they had a heck of a run in softball last year, too, didn't they?
Yeah, we were 1 run away from the state. Yeah, played Gibbs. They had the best player we've ever played against. And she made the difference.
There you go.
Yeah, they had a good run at soccer. Had their best soccer season ever this year.
Now, Mr. Vitito and I go back a long way, and so he owns a trophy shop here in Johnson City. I would assume folks are this time of year getting plaques and trophies. Is it?
Yeah, a lot of year-end banquets.
For which sport? Or
A lot of year-end corporate banquets.
Corporate banquets.
And we do a lot of sports. Do the Daniel Boone football banquet Saturday. And a lot of year-end stuff. Got a lot of UT license plates, stuff like that. Little car flags, magnets, all that good stuff.
Tis the season. Got 12 days to get what you need for Christmas, and so
That's it.
and then we get ready for spring football practice, and won't be long to tee it back up for regular season.
Be here before you know it.
Give me your thoughts on Tennessee and Nebraska Music City Bowl. It's going to be a tough opponent.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough, but ball's in a squeaker. I'm not going. I'm 0-2 on road trips. Went to Nashville for the Vanderbilt game. Went to South Carolina. Lost both of them, so I'm going to stay home.
You're staying home, watch it. You're not going.
Home.
All right.
0-2, so you stay home. Don't want to jinx them again.
Now, are you taking her to the doctor? Is she been? Or is she going? She's
She's
been.
had a strep test. Got to wait on that.
Mercifully, she looks like her mother. I'll just go ahead and say that. No.
But she got my athletic ability.
Yes, she does.
I got no help on the gene pool there.
I remember the day we used to go out and play basketball, and Phil looks mild-mannered, but if you go and try and score him, he'll take your arms all out of your sockets. You're not going to let me score, are you?
Well, you're about a foot taller than me, so I didn't have a lot of choice sometimes.
I am so glad you stopped by. Now, tell folks where you are in Johnson City.
We're at 211 East Spring Brick Drive, just turned down by Harbor House.
Is there a website we can go to check your stuff out?
TrophyShopInc.com.
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 If you don't need anything for Christmas, and once basketball season's over, and is there any sport you don't do or won't do? You do a little bit of everything: soccer, volleyball.
We shipped 24 states one day this past spring.
Did you really?
We ship a lot of stuff, yeah.
Awesome. All right, I'm glad you stopped by here.
Good deal. Me too. Gotta go get some chicken now.
Hope you get the feeling better. She still got a pretty smile even though she's sick.
I know. She does, yeah.
There you go. All right, thank you, my friend. Good job. Guy stops in, and why not? We'll put him on the show. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We got Kevin Harmon talking, and also Billy Wayne made it. All right. We're going to talk to Kevin Harmon talking next year, a little Tennessee sports. We're live here at Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson. Say hello to Tina Ratke. Hello, young lady. Hope you're having a good day. Kevin Bricky says, hey, Tom, eat a sandwich. I love it. Sandwich. S-A-M-M-I-C-H. Eat a sandwich for me. Ben, did we do the touchstones a while ago, or am I just... We did or we are? Hello, Ben. I can't remember what you did. All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll get you qualified to win some free cold cash. Coming up next here. Well, there's Megan. Elizabeth Harmon says, yay, Kevin Harmon. So your daughter's watching. We're going to talk to Kevin coming up next, talking Tennessee sports. We're live at Chick-fil-a, the Crossings in North Johnson City, on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thought you weren't coming.
Yeah, he held me over.
Who did?
I had to set me up on this contact thing on my phone. And then he started doing it about 10:30. It took him about a half an hour.
Big bag. Big bag. This is hers?
All right, Facebook folks, hello. Let's see. Phone's running low.
Yeah, this one's probably light. Okay, this one.
Hello, Facebook folks. We're here again at Chick-fil-A. We're in a radio break, so we wear two hats here at the same time. We do a radio show locally, obviously, and then we, of course, are with you folks on Facebook Live. So just bear with us. You can watch us and listen to us. We're going to come back here in a few minutes and jump here and talk a little Tennessee sports. Cannot find one. I just had the stupid thing. You know, one of the things in 2017 we'll get more organized. Lousy mercy. I didn't do the NFL football stuff like I was going to. Just get excited. So, just get excited about being on here. So, let's go run down through that real quick. There's the touchstones. We're back, ready to go. Caller number 2, light us up. Again, Vicky Farrell from Watauga called in. We are giving away cold cash on Friday. All you got to do is call in and get qualified by simply calling 929-7900. We'll get you qualified. Bill Lister of Gray won our first check last week. We'll give away another check this week, and then we'll be ready to do it one more time, and we'll be done. What I forgot to do a few minutes ago before we get into Kevin Harmon, let's run down the NFL playoff picture. I told you I was going to do that and got sidetracked. So as of right now, today, NFL playoff, the 8 seeds in the AFC will be in this order: New England, Kansas City, the Steelers, Houston, the Raiders at number 5, Denver at number 6, Miami at number 7, and the Ravens at number 8. This will all probably change tonight to a point because the number 1 seed, New England, at this point taking on the number 8 seed, Baltimore, being played in New England. So that'll be coming up again tonight in Foxborough. In the NFC, the top 8 seeds go as follows: Dallas, Detroit, Seattle, Atlanta, the Giants, Tampa Bay, the Redskins, and Minnesota as of right now. So, and that, again, is all subject to change, but that's what we got on this Monday at this point, December the 12th. We're live here again at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City, joined by our buddy Kevin Harmon. Trying to confirm, I got a report from Kip Fletcher, one of our viewers and listeners, that Mr. Kiffin is moving on to Florida Atlantic University. Can you confirm that, sir? First off, good morning. How are you?
Doing well, Tom. How are you?
Good. Can you confirm that? Because I don't have that in
He
front.
got the job.
He's going to Florida Atlantic?
He's going to Florida Atlantic. That's big news for Tennessee.
Yeah.
Because Larry Scott, Tennessee's tight end coach, and their pipeline in South Florida was also in the running for that job. So that means that he did not get the job, so therefore he stays at Tennessee. And he's also the main recruiter for, I forget his name, it's LeBrian Butler. And he's a big time, he's a big time defensive end out of Alabama. And it's between Tennessee and Alabama. And Kiffin was his main recruiter. So I'm hoping that helps Tennessee in getting this young man to come to school at Tennessee.
We're talking again to Kevin Harmon. We get him in here every week talking Tennessee sports, and so Kiffin confirmed. Thank you, Kip Fletcher, by the way, sent that to us earlier in the show. Going on to Florida Atlantic University, leaving Alabama. I don't understand why he's doing it, but he's doing it. So I'd sit right there and make 1.4 all day long. But
he wants to be a head coach.
I know that. But,
so I mean,
but I like to eat, so I'd take 1.4.
I don't think he has to worry about his money and eating. So he wants to be a head coach. He wants to be in a Power 5 conference. There's some issues out there about his maturity. Mm-hmm. Houston basically came out and said that they felt he wasn't a safe hire, and there were a lot of questions about his maturity. So he's going to have to prove himself at a school like Florida Atlantic, and if he does, he'll get him a Power 5 school within 2 to 3 years.
Bill Wayne Arrington's here from Lamplight Theater. We'll talk to him coming up here in a few minutes about their Christmas productions in downtown Kingsport and what they're going to be doing going forward in 2017 here in a few minutes, all about promoting Christian organizations like the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, one of our great sponsors. But today we'll talk about the Lamplight Theater coming up here in a little while. All right, so we go back to yesterday in Chapel Hill. Tony Bradley Jr. blocks a shot in the final seconds to help North Carolina rally from 15 down to beat Tennessee 73-71. Roy Williams said they outplayed us in every part but the last 90 seconds. So Tennessee almost had them a big win on the road.
They led that game from start to finish pretty much. I think 11-10 was the last Carolina lead before they got, I believe it was 72-71 or 71-70. Golly. I tell you, I was impressed. With the hustle and the determination, and we were undersized. They got 47% of the second chance rebounds Carolina got. Basically, they shot 47% of the time they got the rebound. That's tough to overcome. And Tennessee was gritty, and they hung in there. And I tell you, I was very impressed with Jordan Bowden, and with John Fulkerson, the kid from Kingsport. Four from the field. He took it to the hoop. Played tough defense. He's going to be a player. He's going to be a player at Tennessee. And, it's a ragtag team, sort of a mesh team in a way. We've got 7 or 8 new players. He has 2 seniors and 1 junior, so the rest are sophomores and mostly freshmen. Barnes is a good coach. I think he showed that yesterday. I think Carolina underrated Tennessee a little bit. The players did. I don't think Roy Williams did. But I don't think they're ready to play mentally, but they're very good. They just dominated the boards on us, and we had some really tough turnovers late.
Robert Hubbs, 21 points, lead the Volunteers now 4-4, who led 30-15 early. Shot 65% in the first half before finishing at 52%. North Carolina had 22, as Kevin alluded to, 22 offensive boards and scored 25 second chance or putbacks to offset its 40% shooting for the game on their home court. So again, Carolina rallies to beat them 73-71. As Phil Vitito said, 3 of their losses have come against top 25 or top 15 teams. So hang in there with the Volunteer men's basketball team. Rick Barnes is a good coach, and once he gets some more horses in there he wants that of his own liking, then look out. So can we get Davis on here in a few minutes? I want to get Davis on. Remember the pride of the Southland Band at UT? You want to talk, big guy? Good, thank you. Appreciate that. He just got drafted. He didn't have a choice. So
now the big key for the basketball team is Gonzaga will not overlook Tennessee now after what they did with
Words out.
So Gonzaga will be ready.
Yeah.
Gonzaga is a Final Four potential team. So we should win these 2 games. We've also got tickets to the ETSU game. That's a sellout. That's going to be a huge game here.
That'll be coming up December the 22nd. They're coming to town. It could be a week after next. The Volunteers rolling into Freedom Hall, sellout crowd against the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State. Lady Vols go to Texas, and Texas hangs on to beat them, and they kind of stubbed their toe again. Tennessee losing 72-67. Number 17 Texas defeating the unranked Lady Vols, and tough afternoon for Tennessee again.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no moral victories. Barnes doesn't like moral victories, so we're not going to sit here and say, hey, they're great, hold your head high. They should have won. Well, they could have won. Now, the Lady Vols, that's another story. It took them 4 to 5 minutes to score their first 2 points in that game, and it was just brutal. I mean, I know they came back, but it was really not a doubt. And I just don't want this to be a historical year where the first time we ever missed the tournament or anything of that nature. We need to continue. We've got a great class coming in. She needs to be we have to be able to coach them up. she'll get that chance. We'll have to coach them up.
So hang on with the Lady Vols. They got a good recruiting class coming for next year. This year may be a little bleak for the Lady Vols down in Knoxville. Men, of course, we talk basketball. Football team getting ready for the Music City Bowl. What's the latest about the football team?
Well, they got a big commitment today from DeAndre Johnson. He's out of Miami, but he was a Mississippi State commit, and he decommitted to commit to Tennessee. It's a dead period right now. It'll be a dead period until the bowl games are pretty much done. So you've got a month where there can be no contact. I believe they can still text messages, things like that, but there can be no phone calls, visits, or anything, no official visits. So it's really winding up, and Tennessee still has some. They need some more offensive linemen. They got T.J. Moore that they're looking at. They got the big Garner kid as another defensive end out of Garner, North Carolina. Of course, the Ray kids we talked about that Alabama's also recruiting. It's down to Tennessee and Alabama. Tennessee needs a quarterback. Bubba Thompson is the one that they're sort of after. But he's sort of down the list because all the quarterbacks they've shot for have gone somewhere else. So, everybody's looking at the depth chart at Tennessee, and we've got three pretty good quarterbacks there right now. But Thompson's a two-way guy. He plays baseball and football. Auburn told him he couldn't play baseball, so he decommitted. Tennessee and Ole Miss have told him he can also play baseball. And then Cam Akers out of Mississippi. He's got Tennessee in his list. So he's the next Leonard Fournette. So you tie him in with Ty Chandler, who committed to Tennessee, and that'd be a heck of a duo. And with the big offensive lineman Trey Smith, we might be in the running for these guys. Trey Smith and Cam Akers are big friends, so hopefully that'll carry some weight.
Talking to Kevin Harmon live here at Chick-fil-A before we hand it over to his son Davis, who again is a member of the Pride of the Southland Band at UT. Got to get to see how it's going for him this year and get some highlights, or tell me how it is to be part of the Pride of the Southland Band, which is quite an honor to say the least. You've got some listings. You're now a real estate agent, which is very exciting. And
yes, it is.
Got a couple of listings, my friend. Tell me about them.
Working with the Bird Home team out of Kingsport on Northeastman Road with Paulette and Lynn Bird. I have two listings, just real quick. 1331 Knightsbridge Lane, which is in Colonial Heights. It's beyond Warriors Path Golf Course. A really nice home. It's listing at $258,900. The sellers I know are very motivated. And there's also another property at 1101 Catawba Street, Kingsport, Tennessee. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home, built in 1927. It's listed at $150,000. If you need to call RE/MAX, you can call 247-8121, and any agent there can help you out.
Including you.
Including me. That's right.
Give me your number.
My number is 423-943-1567.
Forget them. You're over here.
You can give me a call.
Toot your horn, baby.
We'll see if we can put you in a house.
If you don't, my dad used to say, if you don't toot your horn, son, nobody else
That's
will.
Right.
So
that's exactly
toot
right.
your horn.
I've been on the commercial side for a long time before I did the mall. So I thought it'd be sort of a segue over into residential. And I do know a lot of people, so.
There you go.
Hopefully this works out.
Catawba Street in Kingsport. Location.
Yeah, that's a great area.
Close to Sevier Middle School in Dobbinsville. I mean, that is a great location for 150. Was it 3-bedroom, 2-bath?
4-bedroom, 2-bath. It's got a half bath.
Yeah, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Wow. In Kingsport City. Which is known as the Fair Acres area Fair Acres.
Yeah, you would go to Lincoln Elementary.
Yeah, Lincoln Elementary, Sevier Middle, Dobbinsville. Catawba Street. 150,000, 943-15. I guess I'm going to do it for you.
567.
943-1567.
There's a song like that. 943-1567.
All right, we'll get Davis in.
Let's get him in.
All right, let's get him over here.
Okay.
Again, we are live here at Chick-fil-A, The Crossing. Billy Wayne Arrington's coming up in a few minutes from the Lamplight Theater. I want to get this man in here for just a second. He is first off, he's a class young man. He and I go back a long way, too. Davis, leave your ball cap on. It's all right. Put your cap on there. That's all right. We don't care about you. You look good. Your sister's watching. You look good on the screen, so come on in there, big guy. Davis Harmon, how you doing?
Pretty good. It's great to be here.
Yep. So you guys are done the finals? You're out?
Sure am. Finished last Friday. Yeah. Don't got to go back until 28th for the bowl game.
28th of January?
December. For the game on the 30th.
I'm just checking you. All right. Getting ready to go to the Music City Bowl. Full band playing in Nashville?
We'll be there.
Oh, awesome. Now, for folks out there, I mean, there's a lot of folks go to Knoxville to watch the band as much as the football team. Tell me what it's like. First off, what instrument do you play?
I play mellophone.
Mellophone. So tell me, there's a glare. Hey, Kevin, pull that shade down over there, please, would you? We can't see. No, you just pull the chain. Oh, there we go. There we go. I can see Davis better. Much better. Look here now. I can see a glare from outside. All right, so you play the mellophone. Give me some highlights. Tell me some cool things that happened this year, the Pride of the Southland. You guys went to all the road games, some of the road games. Which ones did you go to?
Well, we took pep bands to all the road games. I wasn't a part of that. And so Dad and I, we went to Georgia, and we went to A&M, we went to South Carolina. The two of us did. And as far as home games, I'd say, well, I got to start with Florida, right? I'd say that was the highlight of the year, breaking that streak. Bristol was a great experience.
Yeah, tell me about playing as part of the band at the Battle of Bristol. Tell me about that.
It was something else. It really was. We had fireworks part of it. We had Lee Greenwood came down to play with us.
Did you know he was coming?
No, they told us beforehand.
166,900 Pride of the Southland band. When you guys come out on the field, the place went nuts. I remember the introduction, and ladies and gentlemen, the University of Tennessee Pride of the place went bananas. I know this is a stupid question. When you're down there in the formation playing, you guys hear the roar of the crowd, right?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, I know you're focusing on the music and where you're going to step and how you're supposed to do, but you do hear the music as a band performer, right? I mean, the crowd, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We were playing "God Bless the USA." I mean, we can hear singing, we hear everything. Especially you get in Neyland during pregame, and you hear me on Rocky Top. It's great. It's hard to stay focused.
Because you're getting caught up in the folks singing, right?
Exactly.
And you were saying, no, Davis, pay attention. You got to go here. You got to step over here and sing here. And not sing, but play this song. And so, neat stuff. We're talking to Davis Harmon again, a member of the Pride of the Southland Band, University of Tennessee, who is from Johnson City. He is Kevin's son, of course. And your sister's watching. Say hello to your sister, would you, please?
Hey, Megan.
Hey, Meg. And also Matthew Slider, Slaw Dog's watching, one of the great guys in Kingsport. So, we're also on radio on AM 790 and also live streaming at WETB790.com. So tell me what it's like to be in the Pride of the Southland Band and play Rocky Top after beating the Florida Gators.
Oh, man. Well, you can't beat it. It was a great game. Great moment.
Great moment as part of the band to play that song, right? And snap that streak. All right, so what are you doing over Christmas break? Just hanging out, just laying low, kick back?
For a little bit, yeah. Just got to wind down after a tough semester.
And then get ready to go back and ready to go to the Music City Bowl.
Yeah, big bowl trip, and then start it all over in January.
There you go. Appreciate you coming by here, big guy. Remember the Pride of the Southland Band. Davis Harmon from Johnson City played in the band at Science Hill High School. So appreciate you. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Take care of your dad. Take care of your dad.
I'll keep him out of trouble.
Thank you. Somebody's got to. Good job. Davis Harmon, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we're going to switch gears, and we're going to talk to Billy Wayne Arrington from the Lamplight Theater. I always like to promote him and what's going on at the Lamplight Theater. They've got a great Christmas production going on right now, and also a big year planned ahead of 2017. Also coming up, we'll take a look at some more college football and also college basketball. And let's see, got some other... we got some National Hockey League and NBA as well. So we'll take a break and right back. We're live. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We do this every weekday from 11 to 1 here in the Tri-Cities on AM 790 WETB. Also WETB790.com as we're streaming audio on the internet. And of course on Facebook Live. All three places you can watch and hear the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Appreciate you, big guy. All right, Facebook folks, Matthew the Slaw Dog. Hope you're doing good, my friend. As we're here at Chick-fil-A, The Crossings, North Johnson City. Calendars at $7. There's not many left, I can tell you that. They're going very, very fast, the calendars. So if you're interested in getting a calendar from Chick-fil-A here at The Crossings in North Johnson City, you can go through the drive-thru or come in here in the lobby. They're open until 10 o'clock each night. Of course, closed on Sunday. And so they are moving the calendars, only $7 a piece. And again, Miss Carolyn?
Yes, sir.
Would you hand me a calendar, please, dear?
Glad to.
I use it as a prop. I'll be able to show it to you on camera, Facebook. And yeah, it's got my teeth, she said. Here it is. That's backwards. No pain, no grain. And it says, when the beef gets tough, the people eat chicken. And so Chick-fil-A, $7 a calendar. And again, it has all kinds of freebies in it. So you definitely don't want to miss getting this for a stocking stuffer. It's the #1 selling calendar in the world, bar none. And so, no pain, no grain, the 2017 Cal calendar. I don't know why it's backwards on the Facebook, but it is. No pain, no grain. And again, when the beef gets tough, the people eat chicken. So, I'm going to be sure and check that out and get them while they've got them. Limited supply for sure. And so, once they're gone, once they're sold out, they're gone. Billy Wayne? And so, we've got Billy Wayne coming up here in just a second. Let's get him in here. So there you go. Got him right there. And let's see, did we qualify somebody? We did. I'll find out who that is coming up here in a second. Back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show live at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City on this Monday, December the 12th. 12 days left to do your shopping. And Ben Foy, who did we get qualified the second time? First time was Vicky Farrell in Watauga. Who was the second qualifier? Billy Lewis. That'd be a Billy lady or a Billy guy? Billy guy, a gentleman. Hello, Billy Lewis. Because I know a lady named Billy. So Billy Lewis, again from Johnson City. So again, there's Megan's in here to go to work. Little Miss Megan's in here to work today. All right, Billy Lewis. We go from Billy Lewis in Johnson City qualifying to Billy Wayne Arrington from the Lamplight Theater. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good name.
It is a good name. Exactly.
I'm doing great this morning.
Tell me, the Lamplight Theater got a great Christmas production going on. Tell me about it.
A lot of things happening. We are in our show for Christmas. It's a Victorian Christmas musical. And we start back again on Wednesday night, run through Sunday. And a beautiful show. About 70 cast members or so.
Give me a tease. What's the theme of the show?
Well, it being a Victorian Christmas show, it's very classic of that Dickens kind of feel in the show. But the storyline is a family, a father who doesn't have a great relationship with his family. He's been out to war, and but then he comes back, and then there's a tragedy that hits, and then there's an outcast in the town that his kids absolutely love, but he hates him. But you see this resolve at the end as to why he hated him, but at the same time, how Christ breaks through there and melts his heart, and that's very happy. So.
You guys and staff and folks at Lamplight do a lot of things for folks less fortunate than you and I, not just at Christmas, but year-round. Tell me some of the things that are in and around the Lamplight Theater in downtown Kingsport.
Okay. We just actually finished our Comfort and Joy Christmas party for at-risk and underprivileged children, and we host a big festival of trees over at Meadowview, and all the money brought into that silent auction goes to help those kids and their families. So we fed them, gave them certificates for hams and turkeys and foods to take home, plus all their Christmas presents. So that's a blessing. Plus we work with them in the summer with camps and things like that. Work with a lot of students. And through FCA, you mentioned FCA, we work with a lot of FCAs around the Tri-Cities, going to speak to the schools in the mornings, and I love to challenge the students to see them.
You're all about getting the gospel into people's hands. Tell me how you do that.
Well, it's not just staying where you are. I'll tell you that. You got to get out and do what you got to do. We just finished a live nativity because we saw you there this past weekend, and we do a lot of outreach. We work with a lot of even the homeless in the area. We do camps, concerts, conferences, all kinds of things like that. So.
We're talking to Billy Wayne Arrington again from the Lamplight Theater in downtown Kingsport. They do a phenomenal job. It's very easy to find. You've taken an old movie theater in downtown Kingsport there on Broad Street and renovated it, right?
That's right, the old Strand Theater.
Yeah.
Went in there and gutted it. We're also just purchased the building next to it, and we're hoping to even expand what we're doing there too. So to be able to provide a dinner theater and then a gift shop during the day. But we're doing a not a gift shop, but a gallery for art and things like that. We'll have on the second floor, a museum, and things I've collected through the years where I've been around a long time. But people have been very, very generous, so we're going to be able to display those things and have another place for people. We just really want to meet the community right where they are and love on them, and whatever we got to do to show them Christ, that's what we want to do.
The Lamplight Theater has been around. Give us a quick history of the Lamplight, how it came to be, and of course it's going strong, as we said, in downtown Kingsport.
Okay, I was a music artist for 30-some years and traveled quite often. I worked in professional theater before I went into that, and so the opportunity to purchase a piece of property down in Fall Branch in the middle of nowhere. We purchased a piece of land and turned it into a theater, and then we had the opportunity to move downtown. We did it's been 11, going on our 12th year, I think. So we moved downtown about 3 years ago, 4 years ago this coming spring. So we've been around for a while and love doing what we do.
Going strong, too. We're talking to Billy Wayne Arrington, the Lamplight Theater. We are live at Chick-fil-a, the Crossings in North Johnson City. We'll talk about the website here in a second, but going forward in 2017, early on, the first 3 or 4 months is packed with all kinds of different shows. Tell me about it.
Well, first of all, we have our New Year's Eve, even at the end of this. We have a big New Year's Eve gala. Also, this Saturday night, in the midst of this show, we're going to stop on Saturday night and do a Gaither-style Christmas music. You can come out, and about 80 voices on the stage, and that's Southern gospel mixed with just traditional music, vocals, and musicians. So that's Saturday night, again. But starting again in January, do a comedy, Foggy Valley Gang, a bunch of crazy people get together, and it's redneck comedy, and it's best. And so if you like that, you can come out in January. February, we're doing a 50 show in February, Shenanigans, which is a musical review kind of in March, and then we start our Easter production in April, or into March 1st, April.
Now, you encourage young people, little people, and I say grade school, you encourage them to get involved, right?
Absolutely, from kids all the way up. Well, never too young, never too old. We believe we can use everybody. We actually work with a lot of athletes, too. They come in, and we even work with their schedule, which is cool. But they want to be a part of that. Really helps them to get out and have a little more of a, I guess, not be so afraid to step out there a little bit. So we work with them and double cast things so everybody gets an opportunity to be a part of the show. So
you've been at this a long time. What gets you out of bed and gets your feet on the floor every day? What motivates you to do what you do?
Every day that I can share Jesus. That's my whole life. That's what I'm all about. So.
Hit the bell every day.
Every day.
Exactly. And so there is a website. Tell me about the website again from
Lamplight
Theater.
Is lamplighttheater.com. You can go there and check it out, or billywayne.net. It tells about our other ministries there, so you can come see us. Our phone number is 343-1766, and we're going to get you out to a show. We're going to do David. I'm trying to get you to play Saul. Y'all give him a hard time. Try to get him out there. We'd love to see him be in a show.
He's trying to get me to be Saul. Now, what?
I think it'd be great.
Now, what? Yeah, you saw me.
David,
Said,
Saul, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, look at you. You got that wisdom, and then, he kind of went nutty there for a while. I think
nice.
You play that gamut, don't
nice.
you?
Being nutty. Okay.
And wise.
And wise. And Saul kind of went off, too, didn't he? At one point, he got...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Nutty and wise. Gotcha. Lord have mercy. Lamplight Theater's got a website, too. Tell me about that, would you, please?
Lamplighttheater.com. You can go there and see. As a matter of fact, if they'll mention that they saw this today or heard us on the radio, they'll get free tickets for this run of this show. I'm going to be nice. It's Christmas.
Wow. It is Christmas.
All right.
So if you hear this and want to go to see this production, do they call somebody, or what do they do when
they just call 343-1766, or go to lamplighttheater.com and just say, hey, or a Facebook page. And they can say, hey, I've heard about this on Tom Taylor show, whatever. And we'll make sure that they get free tickets to this Victorian Christmas music.
And the nights running are Wednesday?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday day matinee and Sunday afternoon matinee at 3. So
there you go, in downtown Kingsport. So if you want to go, just call them up, tell them you heard it right here, and you get free tickets to go to Midwinter's Carol.
Midwinter's Carol.
Wish it was summer, but it's Midwinter Carol. Lamplighttheater.com.
That's it.
There you go. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you coming by. Yep. Great job. We're going to get him back on. We're going to promote him as much as we can. Billy Wayne Arrington again for the Lamplight Theater. Appreciate him very much coming by here and hanging with us. So now he's going to give himself something to eat. You hungry? A bear? Yeah. Does a bear live in the woods? Of course he's hungry. Go get you something to eat, son, would you? Son, listen to me. Good Lord.
I'm your age.
I bet you're a lot younger than I am, truth be known. So you do an amazing job for Jesus, Billy. Thank you for serving God in our area, coming from Angela Greenwell. How about that?
That's awesome.
There you go. Miss Angela, there you go. Poppy Jim watching. So Lamplight Theater. Again, he is getting people turned towards the gospel. I thought this was cool. This is our thought for the day. You'll appreciate this. Each of us is an innkeeper who decides if there's room for Jesus.
Oh, that's awesome.
How about that?
That's great.
Gotta know.
I might have to use that in some way.
Each of us is an innkeeper who decides there is room for Jesus. There you go. Hey, thank you, my friend.
God bless you.
Yep.
Merry
Billy,
Christmas.
yes, sir. Same to you. Billy Wayne Arrington with us again. We're live at Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City. We are going to go back to the studio and capture now the sounds of Taylor Geese Sanders singing our national anthem as only she can do. Young lady used to be in Kingsport. She's now in Nashville. She's a hip-hop dancer. Just read the other day where she's signed a contract to be the front, the warm-up group or dance act for a national tour, and I can't remember who it is now. I have to go back and find it, but I'll do that. You good? You know who it is?
No.
I don't either, but but I'll have to go. I'll have it for you tomorrow. But anyway, here's Taylor Geese Sanders as promised, and she is going to sing for us as only she can the national anthem here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again on AM 790. Also, WETB790.com, and also here on Facebook Live. Although the Facebook folks can't hear it yet, but want to fix that where you can. But on the radio, on the streaming audio, here is Taylor Geese Sanders from Kingsport now, from Nashville, singing our national anthem. All right, Facebook folks, again, that was Billy Wayne. So if you want to go to the Midwinter's Carol, again, you heard how you can do that. Thank you, Angela Greenwell. It's awful kind of you to say that, but you're right. He does do an amazing job. And he has touched a lot of lives and saved a lot of souls. There'll be a lot of jewels in his crown when he gets up there and he says, Billy Wayne, well done, my good and faithful servant. And I think that would be very, very apropos. So anyway, we're going to kick back here for just a second and come back with more on the Facebook. Again, we're doing Facebook and radio at the same time. So we will come right back and talk some basketball and also some NASCAR and also some NBA and some National Hockey League coming up here in a minute. So we'll be right back. So just hang tight. We appreciate you very much. Good job. You're the man. So yes, that'll be good. Yeah, sweet Georgia Brown will be great. Put down.
Stay warm out there. And go marching. I was in March.
I'll be in touch.
Take care of yourself. Stay warm. I'm going to go on. I got to meet somebody tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
All right. Here comes the song. All right, Facebook folks, getting ready to do a little basketball here in a second. So, Georgia Brown. Oh, yeah, a little basketball music. Here we go. Let's run it down for you. Top 25 college basketball from last night. And from yesterday, Kentucky rolls over Hofstra, as you would expect, really. A 23-point blowout, 96-73. Kentucky number 6 in the land. New poll comes out tomorrow. It was Florida State knocking off the bragging rights of Florida. The Seminoles go to 10-1. They beat Florida, who was 21st ranked. Beat them by an 83-78 count, a 5-point win. As we told you, 7th-ranked North Carolina had to come from behind 15 down to beat Tennessee, 73-71. Also in top 25 play from yesterday, Oregon with a 9-point win over Alabama, 65-56. The Ducks go to 8-2 on the season. Oregon survives a 14-point comeback by the Crimson Tide. Also, St. Mary's, the Gales, 12th ranked, beat UC Irvine by 31 points, 84-53. One game tonight involving top 25. You got 19th ranked South Carolina, the Gamecocks at Seton Hall tonight. Gamecocks at 8-0 and Seton Hall at 7-2. NBA from yesterday and last night. Your winners. This print's a whole lot smaller. I have to get in there and put my eyes on. Your winners are Philadelphia, Golden State, Oklahoma City, New Orleans, and the New York Knicks beat the Lakers on the left coast. Today in the NBA, Charlotte and Indiana, Milwaukee and Toronto, the Heat in Miami, home to Washington. Brooklyn and Houston to battle the Rockets. Denver at Dallas. The Lakers at Sacramento. And Portland, the Trailblazers will be in LA to battle the Clippers in pro basketball. High school basketball tonight. Here we go. It's kind of a light night. Johnson County plays at Happy Valley tonight. It's a good old backyard tussle in the conference. Happy Valley on top of the conference at 1-0. Johnson County 0-1. And so Lehigh plays at Riot Cove and Grundy at Ridgeview. That's all you got going on in boys basketball tonight. For the ladies, volunteer at Sullivan Central. The Lady Cougars just won that tournament over the weekend, having a big tournament. Johnson County at Happy Valley. Also in Southwest Virginia, Bell County, Kentucky at Thomas Walker. Riot Cove at Abington, Grundy at Ridgeview. Castlewood at Lebanon, and the Twin Springs Lady Fighting Titans are taking on Council tonight in girls high school basketball across the region. So that's what we got going on in hoops for this Monday, December the 12th, 2016. Thanks for being with us. Don't forget one of our great sponsors, the folks at Food City. They've got the fruit baskets. We're talking about a very practical gift. Fruit baskets work, and they're very good. They've got 12 different baskets to choose from, starting with the petite basket. The petite basket at $7.99, all the way up to the caprice basket. Again, the petite for $7.99. Get a pear, an orange, and red apple, a golden apple, a banana, and some grapes. You have the cornucopia basket for $19.99 at your local Food City. You can get the tasteful basket, a couple of pears, 4 oranges, 3 apples, golden delicious, 3 red delicious, and a grapefruit for $19.99. Of course, you get to keep the basket. So there's 12 different baskets to choose from. You can go online at foodcity.com and type in any Food City and order one and have it ready for you to pick up. They can also customize. If you don't want, for example, in the Continental basket that has pears and oranges and apples and bananas, and grapes, you don't want grapes, you want all bananas and oranges, you can do that with the Continental basket. So it's all available, again, at Food City, one of our great sponsors here on the show. And, of course, always, particularly in the holidays, anytime's a good time to get a fruit basket, and a very practical gift, obviously, at halftime, at Christmas around the country at halftime. That's good. You think I do a sports show? Fruit baskets at halftime. Fruit baskets for the holidays, what I wanted to say. Hello to Dorothy Arnett in Hampton listening. Is it after 12 o'clock, Ben Boy? Good grief. 12:17. Dave Ongie's on the way here in a minute. He'll be here in just a second. But anyway, hello to Dorothy Arnett yonder in Hampton, Tennessee, listening. So appreciate her very much. We're live here at Chick-fil-A, The Crossings in North Johnson City, talking sports in NFL Monday Night Football tonight. Baltimore at New England, 8:30 kickoff on Thursday night this week. Will be the Rams. Man, they're terrible. They are pitiful. Again, Todd Gurley, the running back, said our offense is like a middle school offense. Boy, that's a slap to the offensive coordinator's face. But anyway, the Rams will be in Seattle on Thursday night. Then on Saturday, Miami will take on the Jets in New York. And that's a big matchup in the NFC East. Miami's still trying to stay alive in the NFL playoff race. And so that is, again, an opportunity for the Dolphins to continue to keep pace. Again, the AFC, your top 8 seeds right now, New England, Kansas City, the Steelers, Houston, Oakland, Denver, Miami, and Baltimore. Also the NFC, Dallas, Detroit, Seattle, Atlanta, the Giants, Tampa Bay, the Redskins, and Minnesota are your top 8 right now in the National Football League. So tonight, big matchup. 8th seed Baltimore will take on the number 1 seed in the AFC, New England, at Foxborough. Being if you had snow in Buffalo, I got to figure we're going to have a little bit of snow in Foxborough tonight, wouldn't you think? Yeah, I would think so. Be a little, it was kind of a slippery, snow-covered field yesterday, they were saying, in Buffalo. Steelers complaining about not getting a lot of traction up there in Buffalo. And so, Le'Veon Bell, and they went at 27-20 over the Buffalo Bills. So, yes, they did get some traction last night. But again, the Patriots and the Ravens tonight in Baltimore on Monday Night Football. And that should be a dandy. New England at 10-2 with the best record in the AFC, and the only team with a better record in the entire National Football League, of course, would be the Cowboys. So New England at 10-2 on top of the AFC East, and Baltimore right in behind the Steelers in the AFC North, trying to mess things up with a win tonight. So we'll see if they can get to Brady and the Patriots. Brady, just after missing his 4 games to start the season, just picked right up where he left off. This guy can play, obviously, and he has to be considered one of the all-time greats. I don't think there's any question. If not the greatest, certainly one of the all-time greats in the National Football League. And so we a lot of respect for Tom Brady, I can tell you that. So
It must be cat food. When you leave it, there's myself. I'm wondering if I should.
there you go. He's got it, and he's got the Super Bowl rings to match it. And so Tom Brady, the New England Patriots, taking on the Ravens tonight on Monday Night Football. The Army-Navy game on Saturday, how about it? Again, they beat them for the first time in 15 years. Army defeats the Navy 21-17. Army now goes to 7-5 on the season. Navy midshipmen fell to 9-4. They're 25th ranked. First win in 15 years. Trump was in the stands. Again, watching the game, President-elect Donald Trump. And so he sat with David Urban, a West Point grad and Republican advisor for the first half. Then in the second half, which is what you do, he moved around to the second side, the other side of the field, and sat with Marine Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North, the graduate of the Naval Academy, for the second half. So, and so they were, they were having a big time. See Judy? See Judy? Yeah, Judy's the one you want to see. So, Kevin's getting ready to eat, him and Davis. He's on the show. Ain't that how it works? If you come talk on the show, get to eat. So, anyway, got yeah. 21-17 final. Army gets their first one with the Navy and the Naval Academy in 15 years. And, you know, a lot of folks say this is the number one rivalry in all of college football. You can take Michigan, Ohio State, all those, and cast them to the side. When Army and Navy gets together, it's intense, and, of course, it's raucous, to say the least. Both sides get wild and have a big time and cheer. And so I didn't get a chance to see it on Saturday, but I understand it was a very well-played game, and again, very loud and proud on both sides of the field. Did you get a chance to watch any of it? We'll see if Mr. Ongie agrees with that. He'll be in here in just a few minutes again with the Johnson City Press. We're live here again at Chick-fil-a, The Crossings in North Johnson City. Don't forget, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-a, The Crossings here in North Johnson City. The phone number is 952-0031 if you want to call ahead of time and have it ordered and have it ready to be picked up. The chicken minis for the breakfast in the morning. The chicken, egg, and cheese bagels. Again, the egg white grill. There's lots of different ways you can have a meal picked up, or not a meal, but a tray picked up. And so any time's a good time to get, or any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-a at The Crossings in North Johnson City. 952-0031. And again, the hot trays, I'll have them ready for you about probably at this time of year, 30, 35, 40 minutes. Maybe the cold trays a little bit longer, the fruit trays. So good time to come in here and get a tray. And a lot of folks do at Chick-fil-a, The Crossings in North Johnson City. We appreciate very much them allowing us to come over here and broadcast. Love Connie Larimer to death. She is a class act, and she runs as a marketing lady. She does a phenomenal job here at Chick-fil-a, The Crossings in North Johnson City. We'll take a break. We'll come right back, and we'll carry on. Got a couple of coaching changes. One happened this morning, one happened over the weekend, both involving schools in Florida. We'll tell you about that coming up next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live from Chick-fil-a, The Crossings in North Johnson City. Yeah. All right, Facebook folks. Hello again. It's kind of cool to try and juggle here, do two at one time, and I appreciate Ben helping me out back on the home front. But we are on both the Facebook and also, as we said, on the radio, obviously. So radio comes first, but Facebook. We are doing what we can to juggle here. Still can't believe I lost that piece of paper. It's amazing. It's just here, Ben. Good. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it one more time. So, phones are ringing, aren't they? We'll talk college football coming up in a few minutes. The bowls coming up. The season starts this weekend, as a matter of fact. So we will kick that in here in just a second. Talking a little college bowl season. So, got how many? 6 on Saturday? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bowls on Saturday. So, we'll do that coming up in a few minutes. So again, Facebook Live, we're going to fix this in the future. I'm working on so you can hear what we're playing here on the radio locally. So I know Brian Smith's watching up in West Virginia, and Poppy Jim's watching here in Johnson City. So we're gonna fix this so we can everybody can hear everything. I guess. Chick-fil-A tea. Man, that's good. College. 30 seconds. Yeah. If you want to play a championship music, that'd be good. And do the touchdowns to hit the championship music, that'd be good. Yeah, come on over here when you get off, and we'll eat.
I see him on Facebook.
Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touchstones, give us a call right now, 929-7900. Caller number 2 to win some free cold cash for Christmas. We'll give it away Friday, and so buzz us. All you got to do is be caller number 2 at 929-7900 is the number to call. All right, college football, here we go. New coach, didn't take him long, going from Texas back to South Florida, going to South Florida. And so former Texas coach Charlie Strong has been hired by South Florida, returning to a conference and a region where he has deep roots and a history of success. Strong fired the day after coaching his final game with Texas last month. Took him 3 weeks to land another job. He was 16-21 in 3 seasons at Texas after replacing Mike Brown. Got a $10 million buyout. I don't know if he have to honor that since he moved on to another school or not, but Charlie Strong is now the head man from going from Texas to South Florida. Lane Kiffin accepting a job today to be the new head football coach of Florida Atlantic University. So Lane Kiffin has moved on as an off the sideline of Nick Saban, the University of Alabama offensive coordinator. Moving on now to the head coach of Florida Atlantic University. 6 bowl games coming up on Saturday. The Bowl Bonanza begins in a big-time way. And so the Bowl Bonanza on Saturday, the Celebration Bowl in Atlanta, North Carolina Central at 9-2 against Grambling State at 11-1. That'll be at noon. The New Mexico Bowl on Saturday at 2 o'clock. University of Texas at San Antonio at 6-6, taking on New Mexico 8-4 in the New Mexico Bowl. That'll be a 2 o'clock kickoff. The Las Vegas Bowl at 3:30 on Saturday. San Diego State at 10-3, taking on the Houston Cougars at 9-3, again 3:30 on Saturday. Bowl number 4 on Saturday, the Camellia Bowl in Montgomery, Alabama. The Toledo Rockets at 9-3, taking on the Appalachian State Mountaineers in Boone, North Carolina at 9-3. That'll be a 5:30 kickoff on ESPN on Saturday. Bowl number 5 on this Saturday the 17th, the Cure Bowl, C-U-R-E. Isn't that a Band-Aid? Isn't that who? Is it? It is, isn't it?
Could be, yes.
It could be, yes. Ongie's here. He says, Tom, whatever you want it to be. The Cure Bowl. Central Florida at 6-6, taking on Arkansas State at 7-5 in Orlando on Saturday. And then the New Orleans Bowl. Southern Mississippi 6-6 against Louisiana Lafayette, 6-6 at 9 o'clock on Saturday. The next bowl game is a week from tonight. It'll be the Miami Beach Bowl. Tulsa. You know the nickname of Tulsa?
Golden Hurricane.
Oh, Angie's here. Go ahead.
Golden Hurricane.
Hit the bell. You got it. Golden Hurricanes taking on Central Michigan. Their nickname is?
Chippewas.
Chippewas. There you go. Angie's 2 for 2. Look there. He is with us, by the way. Take these glasses off and look at my man over here. Dave Ongie, sports writer of the Johnson City Press. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Glad to be here. I braved the rain and made it through. So.
Yeah. Traffic pretty busy out there right now?
It is. I got them lined up around this place. Pretty ordinary for Chick-fil-A at lunchtime, but yeah, just good time. Glad to be here.
You're the lemon guy, right? Back in the day, you're the guy that squeezed the lemons, made lemonade when you worked.
I did. It's that's what I learned. When Tim Birchfield gives you a box of lemons, you better make lemonade. You better do it quick. That's the motto I learned early in life.
When the owner walks in with a paring, well, I don't guess paring knife, with a box of lemons, says, "Have at it, big boy."
Yep.
Be back in a few.
Yep. When he came in with lemons, I knew who he was coming for. I was the guy for some reason. I must have had some skill there somewhere.
Some peel potatoes and some squeeze lemons. So you know firsthand the lemonade's awesome here, right?
It is, and I can tell you what's in it too. It's just lemons, water, and sugar. So and I guess he put me in charge of that because it's not very complicated. You got 3. How do you mess that up? You know?
Just squeeze those lemons. You can't mess it up, boy. Just do it. And you said yes, sir.
There's a man who knows his personnel right there. You gotta appreciate that.
He analyzed his talent. He knew he knew your strengths. Squeezing lemons. There you go.
Sized up.
Oh, all right. Lane Kiffin today. Big sports story breaking, or is broke. Kiffin's gone. He's left Alabama to be the new head coach of Florida Atlantic University. What's your take on that?
That is shocking to me. That shows me one thing. It just shows me Lane Kiffin's a guy that he wants to be in charge of his own thing. He wants to be head coach again. I think he looked at LSU, which is a good situation. He looked at Alabama. In terms of being an offensive coordinator, both of those are great jobs, premier jobs, but it tells me he figures that part of his career is over. He's done all he can do. He needs to back into head coaching because Florida Atlanta really is a step down from the other 2 jobs he was mentioned in at South Florida and, of course, out there at Houston. So the one thing they have going for them down at Florida Atlantic, of course, that's the program that they started their football program back probably about 15 years ago. And Howard Schnellenberger was the guy that got that rolling. Had some success, but has really been up and down, and mostly down lately. But the one thing you got going for you out there is the recruiting base. It's just a fertile recruiting ground for a guy like Lane Kiffin. You look at the league they're in. If he can recruit with his name power the way that you think he will, they're going to be a 10-win team pretty soon, and he'll be on his way back up the ladder.
Talking again to our buddy Dave Ongie, the Johnson City Press sports writer. Again, Charlie Strong over the weekend, moving from Texas. Took 3 weeks. He landed at South Florida. I think that's a good pick for South Florida. I think he'll get that thing. Well, they've had a good year, and I think he'll keep it going because, Willie Taggart left there to go to Oregon, right?
Definitely so. And the one thing, you look at the offense they have in place there and what Taggart was able to do, the problem was they couldn't stop anybody. So now you bring in a guy like Strong who can help fortify the defense, keep the offense rolling, hopefully. And they're on the verge of being a special football team because, again, when you're down there in the middle of that, you just visitors to stay home. It's a lot easier to be recruiting in Florida. It's kind of one of those deals where it's prime real estate in college football. If you can have a head coaching job, in the state of Florida, the state of Texas, because you have nothing but talent around you. And that's something where I think they're pretty excited to have him, and I think that's a really good get for South Florida. And I think it's a good landing place for Charlie Strong too, a chance to kind of get on his feet a little bit and reestablish his confidence a little bit maybe, and reestablish his reputation. So it's a big day for the state of Florida, a big last couple days in those hirings.
We're live at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City, talking to our dear friend Dave Ongie again from the Johnson City Press. And some folks over the weekend said, forget Ohio State, Michigan, forget the Iron Bowl. The number 1 rivalry in all of college football is what we had this past Saturday, the Army-Navy game. I think there's a good argument for that because that is a very competitive game. It was a good game Saturday, but obviously those 2 branches of the military get after each other.
Definitely, and there's nothing like it. You can talk to anybody that's been to that game, played in that game, and they'll tell you just how special it is. And I think that's evident even to people watching on television when you watch that whole thing unfold. And you know me, I like that brand of football anyway. You line it up and you find out where the men are on both sides. And it was really a test of wills there for 60 minutes and a lot of fun to watch. And great for Army to come off with a win in that game. It's of course Science Hill's Malik Magoo was part of that. He was returning a punt for Army as a sophomore there, and also under center for a play too at quarterback. So got a moment there, or a few moments on the big stage, and I know for him, he was part of the Science Hill team that broke that long streak against their rival Dobbins Bennett, and now to be on Army and to be part of that deal, breaking that long streak against Navy. I know he's got to be a happy man today, and really that's an experience he'll remember for a lifetime. And I think he's going to make his share of big plays in this game moving forward over the next few years.
Tennessee football, DeAndre Johnson decommitting from Mississippi State says, I want to play football for Butch Jones. I think that's another big plum for Jones as the recruiting wars continue this time of year, and I think that's another big one. That we had Trey Smith last week that chose Tennessee over a lot of schools rather, and so this kid decommits Mississippi State and says, I'm coming to Tennessee. That's another big recruit, Butch Jones.
That's a big one, and it's important for his future. There's a couple things. for Butch Jones on the horizon that are make and break now that the season hasn't gone the way they wanted. The first is they need to show up for that Music City Bowl, and they need to take care of business. Because if you look at last year, the momentum they got off of beating Northwestern, that was something that really helped them kind of close out their recruiting class up until signing day. And I think you can feel the momentum of playing well in a bowl game. And I think that's especially important considering how many games they've lost this year and in the fashion they've lost some of them. The other thing, you look at National Signing Day coming up, and kind of the bowl game leads to that. One leads to the other. But to be able to close this class out strong and, again, prove yourself as being a guy that can bring in top 5 classes every year, those guys don't grow on trees. I know there's a question about how well he coaches them once he gets there, but the first step is you got to get there. I don't know a coach who has good enough X's and O's to be able to draw up plays to beat teams that have significantly more talent. I mean, you don't see that very often. You got to have the talent there. It's the lifeblood of the program, and he's proven he's been able to bring it in. And if he continues to do that, he's going to get another year, maybe 2 more years, to kind of figure out the coaching side of things and figure out what assistants he needs around him.
We're live again at Chick-fil-A tomorrow. We're going to be at a brand new stop. We're going to be at the Hokey Smoky right across from John City Mall, the Hokey Smoky restaurant. We'll be there broadcasting live tomorrow. Again, hello to Patricia Parker. She's got a little guy that is just dynamite. You have to go back and check out on live stream the Southwestern Baptist Church Christmas play. And my buddy, Mr. Parker, he is awesome. Again, little guy about 9 or 10 years old doing some breakdancing up on the stage. And so he is awesome. Patricia Parker's little guy, and he does a great job at Preston. So we call him 220. Everybody else runs from 110, and Preston is a bundle of energy. We call him 220 because that's the energy level at which he runs. So great little guy. Any surprises for you? Lamar Jackson was named the Heisman Trophy winner.
It's interesting. Because you look at Watson, and Watson won the head-to-head matchup there, and that to me was a little bit curious. Plus, when you consider Watson's performance in the ACC championship game, which I thought was just off the charts, in a game that Clemson could have lost, I thought that was a signature Heisman moment. The problem is there were over 100 ballots that were turned in before that game was ever played, which really bothers me, the fact that there were some voters that didn't wait to see how those championship games are going to turn out. And I think that's disconcerting. I think they need to look at the process and make these voters wait until they've seen the entire body of work. And I know some will argue, well, you do it by the regular season because not everybody gets to play in the conference championship game. And I think being in a conference championship game ought to be bonus points for any Heisman candidate because they took their team to a level that maybe some of the other candidates didn't. So, and you couple that with how he played there, I think that it's borderline criminal that some of the voters didn't consider that. But, that being said, I think it's hard to argue against the numbers, the sheer numbers that Jackson put up. So, as it usually is, there's so many deserving candidates that go to New York, and you're really splitting hairs because a lot of times guys play different positions or they play in different leagues or whatever. So it's hard to just base it on numbers. And there's always an argument. It creates controversy almost every year they hand the thing out. So I think there were probably 2 or 3 guys that are pretty deserving of winning it, and I think that you can't argue against the winner.
We're talking to Dave Ongie. Hey, don't forget, coming up tonight here locally in Abington, Richard Petty, the 7-time king of NASCAR and the all-time greatest driver with 200 wins under his belt, will be in Abington today at Food City, the Town Center Drive, from 3 until 5 o'clock. So you want to stop by and get an autograph and a picture or both. The king, here's the thing about Richard Petty. I've seen him do it 100 times at the track. He will sign autograph to the last hurrah. And so he'll be there from 3 to 5 today. I would anticipate a big crowd at Food City in Abington on Town Center Drive. Of course, the media is going to get a chance to interview him. Also, NASCAR news, Brad Keselowski proposing to his girlfriend who said yes. That's a no-brainer. Paige White's going to be Paige White Keselowski. Also, Clint Boyer and his daughter welcomed their second child in the world. They have a little guy named Cash who's 2 years old. They named the girl, he's a big Elvis Presley fan, they named his daughter Presley Elizabeth Boyer. That's pretty cool.
All right, that's amazing. Yeah, good for him. And Clint Boyer is one of the authentically nice guys in this car. Just a great guy to be around. In any situation, interviews or just hanging around the infield, he's just really a great guy. And you mentioned Richard Petty, and the thing that's always struck me about him is people have to remember there were no television deals when Richard Petty was driving.
Exactly.
Early on, NASCAR was fighting to make it. And, he always said that he would go sign autographs for the people in the grandstands because they were the ones that were paying him. And his money came out of that purse and out of the ticket sales and all that. So he saw that direct connection early in his career. And to his credit, he has never gotten to the point where he'd big time anybody. He's constantly thankful for what he has. He owes it to the fans, and he'll tell you himself that's who he gives the credit to, and definitely is as good with the fans as anybody who has ever been in the sport. So. Richard Petty and Arnold Palmer, people, compare them a lot. It goes a lot deeper than just sharing the same nickname, as being the king. Those guys both great ambassadors for their sport. So, anybody on the fence about going out there, man, it'll be something you won't forget if you go meet Richard Petty if you haven't done it before.
Let's switch gears. I got him for a few more minutes. Again, what time does your Mickey Tiki say? I got to get a new clock because my phone ties up. I got 12:39. Got about 21 minutes left in the show. We'll turn things over to Charles Stanley at the top of the hour on the radio side of things. We're on Facebook Live as well. NFL, let's take a little look at NFL football. The Titans, Mike Mularkey's putting together a special team down in Nashville. These guys they're right on the bubble. Right now they're not one of the top 8 seeds, but they continue to play these last couple of weeks strong. There is a chance, but they have certainly put together a pretty good season for this year and certainly for the future of Tennessee Titans.
Definitely so, and we talk about it a lot in the NFL. I mean, you can only do so much through the draft, and the rest of it is you have to entice free agents to come play for you. And I think at this point, free agents out there on the market are starting to look at Tennessee as, man, this is kind of an exciting place to come. You got a good young quarterback. But more than that, you have an offensive line that yesterday they just pretty much told Denver, we're going to line up and run the ball on you, and there's not anything you can do about it. And at least for the first half of that football game, Denver didn't have any answers. That's something that guys take notice of, because that's how championships are won, being able to have a running game like that. Also with the quarterback, they're putting good receivers around him. Those two running backs they have, with Murray and Henry, what a 1-2 punch that is. Maybe as good as they have in the NFL as a whole. They have some shaky areas on defense, especially in the secondary. I think they'll address those over the offseason. But for this year, it might be good enough to get them in the playoffs. Like you're talking about, they're tied with Houston there. And I think they get the Texans maybe the last week of the season, and that could be for a playoff spot. It could be for the AFC South title. So, I think somebody said the other day, it may have been Bucky Dent, who used to write at the Herald Courier. He's now for Sports Exchange. He covers the Titans on a pretty regular basis. But I was reading him on Twitter. He said this is the first meaningful game the Titans have played in 5 years. You have to go back 5 years to find any games with playoff implications for them. So the fact that they are at the level they're at now, there's a lot to be excited about, and I think that excitement will just continue to grow.
If we stop today, of course, we got 2 more weeks of the regular season. We stop today. Here's your seedings in the AFC: New England, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Houston, the Raiders, who gagged it the other night. Man, did they choke. Wow. Denver, Miami, and Baltimore, the top 8. Of course, the Ravens play New England tonight in Foxborough. Probably going to be in the snow. That could be an interesting football game. But right now, clearly New England's the class of the AFC.
I think they are at this point, but they're not the dominant New England team that you see a lot of years. They've continued to lose parts and pieces as the years gone along. I think at some point they're going to pay for not having Gronkowski. I think that is a security blanket for Tom Brady. I think that's going to hurt him at some point. The fact that, I think they're leaning on Blunt now as being a guy that can run the ball with some power and kind of take a little bit of heat off of Brady, and I think that's going to be important for him to continue to play well as they move on. So it's one of those things where they're always improvising. They're always finding a way to move football, and they seem to be very successful with that. I don't know if they're built for a long playoff run. And then, you look at a team like Kansas City, that thing's been undervalued and underrated all season long. I mean, there's nothing impressive about Kansas City except the fact that they keep finding ways to win football games, and I think that defense is underrated. Aside from Barry, the former Volunteer, I don't know if I can name a member of that defense, but they go out and get the job done. And that's certainly what they did against Oakland. I know that's a sore subject with you, but, watching that game, I was amazed at how they were able to shut Oakland down. And, nobody's really done that all year. It's just Oakland just didn't have any answers for them. If they meet again down the road, in the playoffs or wherever else, it may be a different story. But for now, Kansas City's been really impressive.
Kansas City will host the Tennessee Titans on Sunday, as a matter of fact. That's a big game for the Titans and a big game for Kansas City, obviously. That's your top 8 seeds as of now. In the NFC, of course, Dallas loses last night. They get swept in the regular season with the Giants, which I found interesting. So they're still the number 1 seed in the NFC. Then comes Detroit, Seattle, who is not playing very good football right now. They got drubbed by the Packers yesterday. Also, Atlanta, number 4 seed. And the Giants, Tampa Bay, the Redskins, and Minnesota are right now the top 8 seeds in the NFC with the playoffs, 3 weeks away, is that right?
That's right. And, really, who would have ever picked that? Who would have ever picked at the beginning of the season after Romo goes out? They say, oh, Dallas will do Thompson. Detroit will be number 2. Detroit, just crazy me. There's not much good about Detroit except the fact that Matthew Stafford, after years of being a disappointment, they lose Megatron. Their top wide receiver retires after last season. They say, oh, now they're in big trouble. What I think's happened is with him gone, he was such a big target. Johnson was the guy that would go downfield, and that's who Stafford would lock in on. I think what it's done now is it's forced Stafford to kind of go through his progressions a little bit more. He's not looking for one guy down the field. He's kind of spread the ball out amongst the receivers a little bit, which I think has just been the key to their success and really made him effective and made that offense go. And his clutch performances in the fourth quarter, he may be the last quarterback in the NFL I would predict would have so many come from behind wins, in the season the way he has this year. So, just a big year for Detroit, a big year for Stafford. I don't know if they can keep it up. I don't trust that team very much, even though they're right there at number 2. But man, it's been a fun year to watch that NFC to see what see how this has all been shaken up a little bit.
Talking to Dave Ongie of the Johnson City Press. Read about him every day in the Johnson City Press newspaper, and we have got more to talk to him about. Mickey Ticky time is, I'm going to say, I got to get my timer. It's 12:45. We've got 15 minutes left of the show. We'll turn things over again to Charles Stanley, the In Touch program on AM 790, teaching and preaching as only he can do. He can flat shuck the corn, Charles Stanley. And we're joined by our buddy Johnny Crumley. Hello, Johnny. How you doing? If I can get him over, see on camera? There he is. He's waving at us. Johnny stopped by to hang out with us for a few minutes. We're a San Francisco Giant ball cap. Speaking of baseball, your Cubbies lose Fowler to the Cardinals. I don't know how that goes to the Cub fans, but the Cardinal fans are loving it. He passed the physical Friday, signed an $82.5 million contract for 5 years, full trade clause or no full trade clause. So Fowler's in. What's that do to the Cubs, and what's that do to the Cardinals?
It's pretty interesting. I think a lot of Cubs fans, there were some that were disappointed by that, but really, you can't blame the guy. He's earned himself to pay that. He really did. And when you look at Theo Epstein and his track record in the past, he has a pretty good idea of, who he can pay the money to and who he can let go, let walk out the door. And I think this was a tough decision, obviously. This guy hit the home run to lead off the Game 7 of Chicago's first World Series win in like 100 years. But at the end of the day, I think that everybody kind of has a value attached to him. I think that was a little bit more than the Cubs were comfortable playing. And I think most Cubs fans wish him well. These guys that were part of that World Series team, it doesn't matter where they go from here, even if they go to a heated rival a season later. For all the history, everybody's going to remember them as being a member of that World Series championship team. And most will wish him well, except when we're playing against him, which will happen quite often here down the road. So hopefully he doesn't burn us too bad. But I think it's a move that's okay to make. When you look at all the young outfielders the Cubs have, they'll find a way to fix that up.
I do want to say again, thanks to big Kip Fletcher. Kip gave us the scoop earlier in the show that Lane Kiffin did in fact leave to go be the head man of Florida Atlantic University. And so they're looking for an offensive coordinator in Alabama. Florida Atlantic's got their coach in Lane Kiffin. And so, again, thanks, Kip, very, very much for sending that to us. Again, an extra set of ears and eyes for me on the show. Dave Ongie, who would be our front runner now as the offensive coordinator at Alabama? And then, Kiffin's got to put his staff together pretty quick, hit the recruiting trail. So he's kind of behind the 8 ball. But, again, I'm going to ask the $100,000, well, in this case, the $1.4 million question. Why would Lane Kiffin, except he wants to be a head coach, I guess, why would he leave the sideline of the number 1 program in the country, Alabama?
Yeah, that's the only reason is to be a head coach. I think that, you look at what they've done and how successful they've been, and he's got to wonder in the back of his mind, what if I stay here out of loyalty or whatever else, or just comfort? Maybe the offense doesn't click next season like it did this year. Then his stock falls, and who's to say he's going to get that other chance? I think he's a guy who he's got to be very appreciative of the opportunities out there because his stock was way down when he got out of USC, and the way that all ended. So then you have Saban take you under his wing and really give you a good place and a good safe place to kind of establish yourself. So, but I just think the point came where he wants to run his own program again. This guy's a head coach at heart. I think that he was a little bit worried. This might be the best that his stock is, and it's time to go. So That's really the only reason. I really think he believes he can do a lot at Florida Atlantic too, because of the talent down there in that Miami area. I think he's really going to put together a good team, and a team that'll be really fun to watch. So, in terms of the new offensive coordinator, Sarkisian, the guy who's been there as a consultant this year, former coach at USC in Washington, who's admittedly had alcohol problems in the past. He's addressed those, and I would trust he's addressed them to the satisfaction of Saban, to even have him around the program as a consultant. And if you remember right, that's the way that Kiffin started before he got promoted to be the offensive coordinator. And I think you don't miss a beat if you're USC or if you're Alabama and you do that, because of that this guy is one of the greatest offensive minds in football, and if he's ready to handle day-to-day operations in football again and got his life back together, that Alabama offense is going to be equally scary next year.
Well, again, we're talking to Dave Ongie. Do you think there's a chance that Saban knew something we didn't know, and because everybody kept wondering, why did he bring in Sarkisian, the guy that had the problems and got fired at Southern Cal? Why did he put him on his staff? Maybe there's some discussion long before now between Saban and Kiffin, and he may have told him, hey, I'm leaving at some point. I get the right job, I'm gone. Who knows? But it was kind of a head-scratcher why he brought this guy in. Now it makes perfect sense because Kiffin's gone. This guy could kind of slide in. Again, Kip Fletcher gave me the lead and said that Kiffin's going to stay through the playoffs and then move on. So, maybe Sarkisian's your guy, the offensive coordinator. I'm going to hand him off the baton before it's all said and done.
Yeah, I think Saban, one of his great strengths, other than really knowing how to delegate, if you look at assistant coaches, he always seems to give jobs to good guys, and guys will go on to better opportunities, and they just keep marching along, and I think that's one of his strengths. Another one of his strengths is foresight. I think he kind of had a feeling, whether Kiffin told him or not, that he was really thinking of moving on after this season. His foresight was to try to contact as many programs as possible to plug for Kiffin as a head coach, because once Orgeron got that job at LSU, I think Saban saw the writing on the wall that if he was going to be an offensive coordinator, talking about Kiffin, if Kiffin was going to be an offensive coordinator next season, it was going to be in Baton Rouge. And Saban was going to have to game plan against him, and he didn't want any part of that. So, he reached out to Houston, he reached out to South Florida, and I wouldn't be surprised if Saban didn't have a lot to do to make this happen at Florida Atlantic, to get Kiffin out there, let him be a head coach again, which is good for him, but keep him out of Baton Rouge, which is good for Alabama. So, you got to give credit to Kiffin. I think Belichick, I'd put him up there with Belichick in terms of guys that just are tremendous leaders and always can improvise and always can make the right decision no matter what the situation.
One of our great sponsors, again, Bristol Motor Speedway. We were there Friday, had a big time. Hello to Landon Owen. We appreciate him watching. And by the way, the season tickets, you got 12 days to make somebody a happy camper getting Bristol tickets for 2017. The adult season tickets are only $149. That's awesome. New for 2017. The kids 12 and under packages are just under $20. And, of course, there's two different race weekends. The Food City 500 weekend coming up, the 25th anniversary of the second longest-running sponsor in all of NASCAR. As far as commitment to a particular track, Bristol Motor Speedway and Food City, the spring weekend, it'll be here before you know it. And I promise you, there's 77 days till the Daytona 500. So it is right around the corner. Of course, the night race of all night races, the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race coming up in August. So 423 Bristol, go to bristolmotorspeedway.com. Either one of those ways, you call them. There's always an associate ready to work with you and get what you need as far as your tickets. Or just go on the website as well and order your tickets at bristolmotorspeedway.com. And gosh, 77 days away from NASCAR. It'll be here before you know it, and that'd be a great gift-giving idea. Great ticket, or I shouldn't say great ticket, great gifts to have tickets under the tree for Christmas or in a stocking stuffer. Open up on Christmas morning and say, it's Bristol, baby. We're going to Bristol in 2017.
Yeah, for anybody with a race fan in the family, that's definitely the way to do it. I think what a lot of people are excited about, from what I've heard this year, is the opportunity to bring the kids to the race. I know some folks over the last few years that, with the economy being a little tighter, have said, well, me and the wife have season tickets, so we're going to get a sitter for the kids, and we're going to go out to the races, which is all well and good, but, for a sport trying to grow the next generation of fans, you got to have them out at the racetrack. You can't, NASCAR is a sport that, it's kind of like ice hockey is for us folks up north. You got to go see it live to get hooked on it. You can't understand on television, and that's the way NASCAR is too. And, the way, for me, it's like an eye-opening experienced it when I went to my first race years ago. You get hooked on it. You see what's going on. You see people going down pit road. You kind of understand what's going on at the track a little bit better. So, I think it's wonderful that there's an initiative now to get the kids out to the racetrack, because that's how you're going to get a new generation of fans. You're going to put more people in the grandstands, and they're going to learn to love the sport just like their parents and their grandparents learned to love the sport, which is being there and smelling the burning rubber. That's all I like to say. It's a great smell. It's a wonderful thing when you show up at the racetrack and get that in your nostrils, because you're getting ready to get some adrenaline going. It's going to be a race weekend.
You're down to the track close enough, and you can come out of there with a little piece of rubber all over your clothes. You get down close enough because it's bumping and banging and rubbing and racing, and it's Bristol, baby. And again, 423 Bristol, BristolMotorspeedway.com is the way to get your 2017 tickets. You got 12 days to do it before Christmas, and that'd be a great stocking stuffer. Also, don't forget tonight you have another night of the 20th anniversary of the Pinnacle Speedway and Lights. Open up again to the Speedway tonight after a great weekend. Also, the ice skating rink is open. You've been on the ice, by the way. Are you an ice skating kind of guy?
You know what's funny is because I'm from up north, and I'm from way up north, and I'll tell you, it's like if you put a steer or a cow on ice skates and put them out there, that's essentially what you're looking at with me out on the ice. I'm not graceful at all. It just never took. I don't know. I'm kind of glad I moved down south, because that would have gotten embarrassing, later on.
Hans Brinker and the Silver Skates, you ain't, right?
No. I don't know what you got to put on me to make me nuts. I can walk on ice when it snows and stuff,
Yeah.
You got to take those short steps. I know that.
Baby steps. There you go. Ben Foy, before we get out of here, who was our third qualifier today for the Cash for Christmas? Who was our third caller? Tammy Barnett. Hello, Tammy. It's Elvis. Can you do an Elvis imitation?
I got no Elvis for you. I'm trying to think what I got. I don't have much. Hello, Tammy.
There you go. Tammy Barnett from Johnson City got qualified. We're about out of time here, so again, it's been an interesting weekend in sports. And of course, we start the bowl season, 6 big bowls starting on Saturday, and Appalachia State's in action in the Camellia Bowl down in Montgomery, Alabama against the Toledo Rockets. So good luck to App State. And, of course, Tennessee continues to prepare for Nebraska. The Hokies continue to get ready for Arkansas in the Belk Bowl. So our 3 regional or local teams very, very busy right now getting ready for postseason play.
Definitely so, and it's a fun time of year. To see how this unfolds this year, like we talked about last week, the bowl games, there's a lot of great matchups. It's going to be fun to watch for a football fan, and I try to soak in as much football as I can before it's gone. So it'll be a busy few weeks in front of the TV, so it'll be fun to see how it all shakes out.
You back next week?
Hey, I'll be back, yeah. If you'll have me back.
Well, yeah, you journalists, sometimes you guys disappear and do a little vacation, and us radio and internet guys, we just keep slugging along, but you're going to be around.
Yeah, I'll definitely be around next week. So,
all right.
Getting closer to Christmas, so I'm not taking off yet.
Yeah. Give me the same thing you got me last year. I really enjoyed it. It was a very kind gesture on your part to give me what you got me last year.
And it's the same size, right?
Which was nothing. You got me nothing last year for Christmas, and that's okay. I got his friendship. That's all I need. Give me some taters, big guy.
All right, man.
Love this guy. He does a fantastic job, and that's going to do it from here. We're going to throw it back to the station. We do appreciate, again, all the viewers on Facebook Live, and certainly all of our listeners on AM 790 WETV, and also audio around the world at WETV790.com. Appreciate that very much. Ben Foy, great job as always, my friend, and all the folks who have been watching us on the Facebook Live. Thank you. Don't forget that calendar, no pain, no grain. When the beef gets tough, people eat chicken. There you go. That's the calendar, and they're selling them. In fact, we've been watching them sell them right here across the counter here during the show. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Again, I want to say thanks to our guest, Billy Wayne Arrington from the Lamplight Theater, of course, Dave Ongie of the Johnson City Press, and Kevin Harmon, and his son, Davis Harmon, talking Tennessee football, and also Phil Vitito from the Trophy Shop. Stopped by, and always love talking to Phil. He's a great guy, and runs a great business here in town, the Trophy Shop. And, of course, our producer extraordinaire, buddy Ben Foy, back in the home front. We will rejoin you tomorrow at a brand new location, the Hokey Smoky Restaurant right across from the Johnson City Mall. A different kind of food over there with the pulled pork, the beef brisket, and all the great food they have at the Hokey Smoky. Will be at Jeff's Place tomorrow, broadcasting live. And looking forward to it. So for Ben Foy, for all our guests, and certainly for Connie Larimer, the marketing director here at Chick-fil-A, this is Tom Taylor again telling you, win or lose, be a good sport. Thank you for giving us a watch and a listen on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Till tomorrow at 11 o'clock, we say so long, everybody. All right, Facebook folks, thank you very much. Again, juggling the radio and the Facebook at the same time is pretty cool. But Kip Fletcher, thank you, my friend, for sending us that scoop on Lane Kiffin moving on to Florida Atlantic. So, hey, we're going to shut her down for today and back at you tomorrow at 11 o'clock again. And again, we'll be at the Hokey Smokey restaurant here in Johnson City. So thanks a whole bunch. Appreciate you giving us a watch and a listen on Facebook Live, and we'll see you tomorrow. So long, folks.